I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jay just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Miss you, watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. The sturdy or Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Yo, it's a big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Yo, I see we got Knicks fans and Nets fans in the chat. That's Nets fans and Knicks fans. First off, salute to Reholla 88. Shout to you. What up, my guy? We got a Knicks fan Net fan game, or a Net fan Knick fan game, better said. Tompkins Square Park, 1 p.m. Manhattan. Know what I'm saying? That's a Knicks fan versus a Net fan. That's a Nets fan versus a Knicks fan. You feel me? Tompkins Square Park, New York, 1 p.m. in Brooklyn. That's me and T-Time. You feel me? He representing Knicks and Ish. I'm representing Big Fan Breezy and the Brooklyn Nets fans, of course. Going to the city. You feel me? Going out there, we're going to have a one-on-one, but it's more of a family feel type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Good energy, good vibe. But I'm going there to compete. Going out feeling some type of way. Now, me and him, we cool. I would say we cool in real life. You know what I mean? I want the best for him. You know? I got no ill will towards him or anything like that. I want him to make money, support his family, do what he's supposed to do as a man to man, but fan to fan. But fan to fan, oh, it's all work. He know it's fan to go down. He know we playing that one-on-one. Ain't no dodging this. This my second. I done took 2 days off for this. I done took off a day and then didn't have that day and then had to take off another day. I'm playing to win. I'm playing to win. So yeah, again, Nick, I'm gonna talk about this all day, all stream. A Nets fan, Nick fan game on Saturday. Feel me? 1 p.m. Tompkins Square Park. Me versus T-Time. Any other Knick fan that might pull up. I might play versus JJ too. He a Knick fan. I was talking hot. You seen JJ pull up to the panel. He could get that work too. You know. Shout to Reholla 88. Shout to Beeman Boy in the chat. Shout to my guy Joey. Shout to Jay from BK. I gotta say this is a funny comment. He said, "What's a family feel 1v1? Like our children gonna be there." Yeah, really. So He said either you listen, I don't think it's going down like that either way. I gotta be honest with you, Jay from BK. I think it's gonna be a competitive on both sides, but I know I'm there to win. I'm not there to just compete. I'm there to win. I'm there to establish my net fan dominance. I've been doing this with these Knicks fans, and I'm saying taking them on 1v1s. I'm trying to make it a 2v2. I'm trying to make it a 3v3. I'm trying to make it a 2v2, 3v3. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put something together. But we need more Nets fans to pull up. This one is sudden notice. I'm going to keep it real. I don't expect a big showing. The dates kept switching. We do it in the summer to how we want to play it. It didn't happen that way. And we doing it in the fall in October. So I don't expect a lot of people to show up. So I feel like we doing it for the culture. I'm doing this for the Brooklyn Nets fans that feel slighted that Mikal Bridges came to this team and helped the Knicks get more wins than us. I'm doing this for the Nets fans that's mad that we got a tank for us to get a player. I'm doing this for the Nets fans that just want to beat Knicks fans just because we feel like we better. Because Nets fans is the best fans. I'm doing this for the Nets fans all across the world, from here to London and back, wherever, like I said, all across the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for the Nets fans in the town. You know what I mean? We surrounded by Knicks fans. They act like just because there's more Knicks fans that we supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Talk our tail. Like, nah, just because we ain't competing don't mean we trying to change up. I'm going to always be a Nets fan. Know that. Practice in the park, October 13th, 11 o'clock a.m. to 4 p.m. Be there, be square. I'm trying to get up in there. I got tickets. I got to get the day off of work. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. If I can't do it, I got free tickets for y'all. That's a fact. I didn't pay for the tickets. So if you guys want to go to practice in the park and I can't get the day off, then I'll give it away for free on my podcast. That's a fact. So yeah, man. October 13th, practice in the park, 258 or Palmic Park or whatever they call it. Not whatever they call it, but I don't know the actual name of the park, but I think it's Palmic or Palmac. Something like that. Jamal in the comments, he said, did y'all hear the Malika Andrews take a shot at use on that NBA ESPN show? Took a shot at who? Us. Us who? The Brooklyn Nets? The Brooklyn Nets fans? What she say about us? What she say about us? Shout out to Joey BK. He said Brooklyn forever. Yeah, man, I don't know what you talking about, Malika. What she said about the Nets? Damn, man. Let me find out. Hold on. Let me try to get some. I know I can't put it visually on the screen, but I could at least try to read her comment. Hold on, give me a second. All right, hold on. Sure. Till I could find it. That's crazy. I don't know what she said. But why she taking a shot at the Nets? That's crazy work. Like, it's so many other teams to be focused on. You want to say something sick about the Nets? She said, what she said, talking about things could be worse, like playing for the team across the bridge when she was talking about Cat coming to New York City. Wow, that's how she felt. First and foremost, Malika Andrews, understand playing for a Brooklyn rich in basketball culture because of the parks and the different tournaments all through the year. Not only that, in the summertime, just recreational, all of the basketball parks you could go to that's walking distance probably from where you live in Brooklyn. Mad different places is walking distance to a park. Before the Brooklyn Nets even came to Brooklyn, this borough was rich in culture of basketball. Excuse me, Malika Andrews. I don't think you know who you talking to. You talking to the fans of the Kings of the county. We be playing basketball like kings. You know what I'm saying? We out there looking like kings, turning into kings of the basketball court. You look at the culture and how we changed the game in Brooklyn. Look at the handles. Look at New York, just in general. But some of that coming from Brooklyn specifically. But again, just the culture of basketball in New York just permeates all through the boroughs, and Brooklyn being part of that. So again, before that we even had a team, you know what I'm saying? This borough was rich in the culture of basketball. Now that we got a team, we enrich that culture and we keep the fans. You know what I mean? We keep the fans feel like, and I'm speaking for the fans right now. The fans feel like we just happy to have a basketball team. I was born in Brooklyn before we had a basketball team in the NBA, and now we got a basketball team in the NBA. Things could be worse. Things couldn't be getting better. What you mean? We on our way up. We got Cam Thomas, one of the probably the top 10, top 5 scorers in the league. Dare I say, fighting for 1, 2, and 3. Listen, Cam Thomas trying to average a lot of points. I'm saying 28, 30. I'm giving him 28. I'll give him 28. Malika, Rihanna said, who is Malika Andrews? Yeah, shout out to Rihanna. He's funny as hell. Hopefully y'all somewhere hitting that like button, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Jamal said, shout out to AP the grade 28. I see you. Shout out to Jamal. He said she a bandwagon fan now. She not even from New York City. She from California. Oh my goodness. She probably was a Sacramento King fan. Shout out to my guy Big Ox. Yo, nah, anybody could get this smoke, man. I'm on some shit. Now, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fans. Yo, listen, man. They talking about how they can win. I talk about how they can lose. Now I'm just playing. But yo, man, Malika Andrews, don't start this up, man, because I ain't even on that type of time. But just because you talking slick like that, I ain't with none of that. Hold on, Reholla88 said nobody cares about BSPN. That's funny. Says they have fallen off now that we have so many other sport platforms to get our info. That shit is tough though, Reality 88, because I was saying that the whole wave of what we do, the whole interactive of the fans speaking to fans in the chat or the super chat. 'Cause, y'all can throw a super chat for you know what I mean, one time or another, you know what I mean? Bird facts. Anyways, I feel like the fact that you could interact, that interactive community to be right and direct and speak to them right away. Like Reholla88, you see how I was on Talking Nets and I was in the chat and then I was able to, feel what I'm saying, get on the show, like go from the chat to the show. Like you can't do that on ESPN. That whole interactive, that culture, the culture of the interactive community between how it is on these platforms on YouTube opposed to the big platforms on BSP, ESPN, respectfully, is different now. They were the only thing in town. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day with Stuart Scott and etc. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott. But now with, like you said, all of these different platforms, it just makes it more competitive. You feel what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who want to talk basketball because you talking basketball to them, but you can't talk to the TV, and the TV ain't gonna talk back to you. You could agree or disagree, but case in point is the community is what changed the culture of it, being able to interact with the fans immediately, opposed to after the show or in the magazine or something like that. So they gotta respect the game. It's just changing. That's all. It's just changing. Or Jamal said, Breezy, what you think the start lineup should be this year? I think, I mean, put Ben Simmons or Schroeder at one. If I had to choose, I'm putting Schroeder at one. Cam Thomas at two. I'm putting Jalen Wilson at three. And I'm putting they or if they put Trendon Watford at three and they want him next to Cam Thomas because they got a history playing hoops together in LSU, and they got Steve I think Ketzel or Etzel, excuse me, the assistant coach from Portland. So I can imagine you'll see plays between Cam Thomas and Trendon Watford. I would because of that relationship, and I like Jalen Wilson, but I wouldn't argue it either way. But if they were asking me because of the chemistry between Cam Thomas and Trendon Watford, I would go with Trendon Watford at the starting three over Jalen Wilson. Then I got Noah Clowney at the four, and I got Clax at the five. Word, that'd be my starting five. And I'm trying to compete, and I'm trying to see what's up. And I don't think they could stop. I think the pick and roll between Clowney and Cam is going to be tough because Cam is somebody that want to get to the basket and get to the midi, and Clowney, you can't play with him. Like obviously his IQ, he could just go to the basket because he a big man. But if you play with him like he won't, like he doesn't have the long ball, like he cannot knock down the three ball, then defense is gonna pay. Defense, he's gonna make defenses pay. The pick and roll between Clowney and Cam Thomas was gonna be tough. The kid, I'm telling you, that it's gonna be tough. That's how I feel. He said, I have been CTCJ. He put the clown face for Clowny and Clax. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I forgot about CJ. CJ, he started living in Brooklyn. He got a bed now. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably bagged one of these Brooklyn shorties, some man. I mean, he looking like he want to compete, and that's another part of the show I wanted to get into. I put it in the title, like yeah, I want to see him compete versus. I think his biggest game was versus the Knicks, but that's when Randall was on the team, and I think they did that in Phoenix. And he came back, he hit a game winning three or something like that. That a buzzer beater. Facts. So hopefully he played like that versus Mikal. I don't like to see the integrity or competitiveness be taken away because of friendships while playing basketball. Like you supposed to be able to compete versus this person. You know what I mean? You supposed to be able to step up and do what's necessary to show them it's a difference. And if anything, I'm not going to give you the impression you should be comfortable talking to me as a friend about competing with me like you won't get this work. You're gonna be talking to me about basketball and you're gonna remember, yeah, Cam Johnson, I want you to next barbecue next summer. I want you to tell Mikal Bridges, like, remember I gave you that work. You thought that shit was sweet when you went over there to the Knicks and you act like it was all good for you to be on some cool shit with the Brunson guys and all of that. You act like you didn't care about our friendship, and I was rocking with you since Phoenix. Like they wasn't part of your NBA career like I was. I was rocking with you like for mad years. And when you got to Brooklyn, you started acting like a whole, now I'm saying, a whole different person out here. You know what I mean? So I don't like Cam Johnson being sensitive and you know what I mean, caring and cool with Mikal Bridges when it's time for him to compete with him on the basketball. You know what I'm saying, court or whatnot. I want him to be able to go out there and you know what I mean, apply pressure. Make sure Mikal Bridges don't score no points and he can't guard you. Make sure you all that times he ain't want to chill with you and you wanted to play the game with him, but he was too busy to chill with you because you know what I mean. He act like how the relationship was different from when you was in Phoenix and he was in. Know what I'm saying, y'all was in Phoenix together. If he had started acting different when he came to New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yo, listen, Cam Johnson, I ain't gonna lie. I did say that we should trade you and all that, but forget all of that right now. You feel me? Forget all of that because it's not even about that. You on the team. So since you on the team, I got your back, bro. And Pete, I want you to compete versus Mikal Bridges. Let him know, like, you ain't want this team. You ain't care about the opportunity being the one guy. Now, Cam Johnson, I ain't saying you're going to be the one guy, but I am saying that you could play hard and show that you deserve to be one of the better small forwards out here. You know what I'm saying? And keep it real. If you don't want to be a power forward, say, yo, I ain't no power forward. Keep it real and say, yo, you know, part of that was because I ain't want to be a power forward. I should have been playing small forward the entire time. So whether you starting or coming off of the bench, let them know you need to be playing small forward. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see Cam Johnson compete. Jamal said, I think CG get more shots and looks now since Bridges is gone. Yeah, he should. You know what I'm saying? He should. He'll have more space to you know what I mean, get to the basket. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do, man. I think he's on average 18 points, bro. If I had that, guess what he's gonna do? If we could get 18 points out of Cam Johnson, I would be happy. And my thing is, like, my jumper don't work all the time. Go to the basket. Like, you gotta take a jumper. Word. Hold on. Word. He said Scam Johnson ain't built like that. I don't know, man. Hopefully things change, bro. Hopefully things change. Or yeah, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I ain't wanna hold on. Jamal said, yeah, we was arguing about who was a better scorer out of Bridges and CJ on BK podcast. If I had to answer that question, automatically I'm gonna say both of them don't know how to shot create. You know what I'm saying? Both of them don't really know how to put the ball on the floor. Maybe CJ worked on that part of his game, but what I will say is that CJ is a better finisher than Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges gotta be the softest finisher I ever seen in my life, bro. No, I mean not like that, bro. But if we just comparing who's the better finisher out of CJ and Mikal Bridges, I'm gonna say CJ. I seen CJ get to the rim and dunk it mad hard on Embiid. So I'm gonna say the better scorer out of the two is CJ because he a better finisher at the basket. I don't like the way Mikal Bridges go to the basket. It's real passive, real right, real. You know what I'm saying? Light in the ass. Pause. You know what I mean? You gotta go. You gotta go up, go to the basket stronger than that. You know. And there's times where I thought he could have dunked it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not his body. Like he don't be one dunk it or he. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that if y'all asking me, I'm gonna say CJ. What the chat think though? What y'all think? Y'all think CJ a better scorer than Mikal Bridges? I do. CJ got my vote. You know what I'm saying? CJ got my vote for sure. Yeah, nah, that's a fact. I'm not, and that's because of that. They shooting is pretty much the same. You know what I mean? It's not a big gap between Mikal and Cam Johnson shooting. None of them, not one of them are You know what I'm saying? Better, and it's more the three ball too because Mikal Bridges, in my opinion, went away from the midi. I know he said he didn't, but he did. He did, man. He went away from the midi, and that shit was bad. Word. I didn't like that. Even if he wasn't gonna like get to the midi or the basket, get to the three or the midi. Hold on, King Ribby. He said that's why he has no injuries. To be honest, y'all don't know basketball, bro. He's soft. King Ribby, he says salute. Yeah, salute, King Ribby. Bro, he is totally soft, bro. Hold on, Joey. Don't do it. Hold on, Joey. This dude is soft, man. Like, stop it, bro. But you mean that's why he ain't got no injuries, bro? I should just drop the link, man, because Joey really don't like Knick fans. And he be cooking Knick fans, man. If I drop this link, man, I'm telling you now, you Knick fans, y'all might want to leave the chat, man. Y'all might be, well, this is the lighter side of what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving what I'm going to do to Knick fans on Saturday and tomorrow on the podcast. KVN, who run the city, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock p.m. Be there, be square. Yo, my guy Barry in the building. Yo, Barry. Yo, Barry in the building. Nah, I definitely gotta throw the link in the chat. Barry been there for all of the basketball. All of the basketball. Shout to my guy Iceman in the chat. Shout to y'all, man. Thanks. Oh shit. Barry said we playing in the city, right? Yeah, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We playing in Tompkins Square Park until I hear different, you know? Hold on. Why I'm saying that? Hold on, I'm trying to throw the link in the chat. It's doing some other shit. I'm trying to throw the link in the chat. Nah, we good, King. Yo, King, chill, King. Jay from BK said McCone is a better scorer than Scam Johnson. He more consistent with it. I beg to differ. He more consistent, yeah, because he play every game. But the way he put the ball in the hoop, atrocious. Too many threes, not enough middies, not enough getting to the basket, not enough slashing. Why is the ball in your hands? Why are you not cutting to the basket? That's your game. Your game is a slasher. Cutting to the basket. That's your game. Why weren't you doing that here? You could have been doing that. We could have been passing you the ball while you were slashing. You ain't trying to have to waste the whole season trying to dribble the ball above the 3-point line like you like that. You wasn't like that. Yo, Cam Johnson, please bust his ass, man. Please bust Mikal Bridges' ass. I would do it if I could. Put me on the Brooklyn Nets. Nah, Cam Johnson, I need you to do it. I'm not trying to play versus Mikal Bridges, man. You got it, Mikal Bridges. I don't want to play you in a one-on-one. Cam Johnson, hold me down, Cam Johnson. If it's between Cam Thomas offense to win the game and Mikal Bridges guard him and Cam Thomas, he can't guard him. Mikal Bridges can't guard Cam Thomas the last play of the game. You see Cam Thomas knocking down over Quentin Grimes in the last play of the game? Y'all know what's up? Y'all know what's up? Barry said, I'd rather play in Brooklyn. You should have heard T-Tom Barry. Yo, we should go to Manhattan because we ain't never playing Manhattan. It was so beautiful in Brooklyn. They ain't got nothing that's pretty. Tompkins Square Park. Hey, we was by the water watching the city lawn. It's the city lawn. What's more beautiful than that? Yeah, I mean now because it's fucking October 5th we gonna play. It's gonna be cold as shit. Brooklyn is so beautiful. Ray LM said we definitely need a second scorer. That's true. Jay from BK said, huh? McCone slashes. Scam never slashes. That's true. I can't debate you on that. You got it there, Jay from BK. Jay from BK also says scam disappears on offense too often. He do. He do. Let me not be illogical, irrational because of my disdain for Mikal Bridges. Mikal toll Bridges. We had to pay the toll, a hefty toll, watching you play a bad brand of basketball representing the Brooklyn Nets, knowing it shouldn't have been you with the keys in the first place. Huh? It should have been Cam Thomas. They made Cam Thomas a third option to Mikal and Cam Johnson. Ay, 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 mama mia. Those are the old times. We over that. We getting past that. We better now. Hold on, let me try to throw this link in the chat. Oh, why is it bugging, yo? Yeah, I promise you. Oh, there you go. I'm only gonna be here for a few minutes. I'll be here for like a half hour. Yeah, I'm gonna have. Why is this not letting me throw the link in the chat? I'm gonna have to hit y'all on Twitter. All right, just I think I got it. Damn. Wow, it's just so easy to just throw this shit in the chat. I'm tight right now. Read out loud. Read out loud. Stream y'all link. Like what? They want me to talk to it? Y'all promise you it's not cause I'm high. It's not cause of that. Like the shit is saying read out loud instead of letting me just throw it in the chat. Yo, what? Come on, man. Come on, man. Joey said I agree with Breeze's opinion. All I'm saying, nobody fucking with power tonight. Yo, listen, man. I just started watching it. I'm like on episode 3 or some shit, man. Don't come in here and say nothing about power. Harlem said, shout out to my fucking Mets tonight. Good fucking win. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Mets. Yeah, you seen Cam Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Throw out the pitch. They was winning, you know? Listen, man, that's fan power right there, man. Yeah, man, that's what's up. Ray LM said, y'all talking about the practice in the park that's having? Yeah. Earlier, I was talking about it. I got tickets. I said if I can't take the day off, then I'm saying give the tickets away on my podcast. I'm gonna do it here. So I'll do a stream, and I don't really have a way to you know, give y'all the tickets, like how I'm gonna give the 2 tickets away. Like, is it to my favorite person type shit, or like how am I gonna give y'all the tickets type shit? Or because I am gonna give them away if I can't take the day off. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe I am going to, and I'm gonna go myself. You know, me and my son. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Yo, promise you, I'm trying to throw the link in the chat. I'm about to hit all of y'all individually on Twitter because it's not letting me throw the link in the chat. So you basically, if y'all want me to if you don't put a 1 in the chat, if y'all want me to throw the link in the chat, I'm gonna be here for like the 25 minutes. Um, just let me know. Just put a 1 in the chat. Ray Allen said, laughing my butt off. The park is literally down the block from me. Definitely might pull up. Yo, pull up. Pull up. Tompkins Square Park. Not Tompkins Park in Brooklyn. Not Tompkins Park on Clifton and Marcy. AP the Great 28. I don't know where you at on Twitter. Who are you on Twitter? AP the Great 28. Who are you on Twitter? Oh man. Did I talk about all of the topics yet? Let me see. 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 Uh, yeah. Oh, besides, I played ball today. When I was playing ball, and I was on a 4-on-4. I missed 3 shots, man. I was tight, bro. I was playing with like some junior in high school and seniors in high school. Like, oh man, them young boys is nice out there hooping. Oh man, Harlem said that. What you talking about, bro? Who said the Nets was bad? Who said that? Who said that? LM said Harlem don't start that nonsense. Harlem said, "Am I the only one who see them as a playing team?" Oh shit! Why Harlem see him as a playing team? Is it because that Cam Thomas and Noah Clowney got a pick and roll where Clowney could go to the basket or the 3-point line? Let me stop. Let me stop. It's not because of that. It's not. It's not. It's not because. It's not because Ben Simmons is healthy and now he actually might be really open. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. He's not saying it because of that. He's not saying it because Cam Thomas might average 30 this season. You know what I'm saying he could average 28, but it really might be 30 plus. I don't know. He not saying it because of that. He not saying it because of that. No, I don't think it's because of that. I don't think it's because of the drill. I don't think it's because of the. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think it's because of none of those things. You know what I mean? Word. Shout to Harlem, man. He said I got faith in my boy Clax. Also, yeah, you know what I mean. It's not because of Clax. He got that new contract. He got a, you know what I mean. He plays playing with that morale. You know what I mean. That morale high when you get out that draft. You know what I'm saying. That morale high. You know what I'm saying? When you believe in the team and you take the contract, a short contract, because you know that you could deserve more, but you doing business with people that believed in you and you're so good with that. You fine with that. You know what I'm saying? And then when it came time for them to follow up on their word and pay you the money that they say they will pay you, contingent on how you played the game, you did that. Clax deserve that money, and I think this season he gonna play like it. Word, yo. Oh man, Harlem, what you doing, Harlem? Oh, he said question for the chest. The Magic better than BK. Yo, Harlem, what the hell are you doing, man? Now, what in the entire are you doing? Wow. Yo, I don't know. All right, listen. If oh my goodness, bro, Harlem, stop with these shenanigans, man. We haven't seen the team play. You comparing the team after a season where they just came from the playoffs, facing the Cavs, almost beat the Cavs. Excuse me. Yeah, you're asking the chat about that. Chat, y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to answer this question. Ray, yo, what? Nah, man. Nah, he's causing chaos. Harlem is causing chaos in the chat. Yo, this is wild, bro. This is a good question, bro. The record shows this is a terrible question. The record shows why the hell is Harlem asking this question? Real, I'm sad, laughing my butt off. I'm losing brain cells tonight. Oh my gosh, this guy is hilarious. Straight comedian, straight comedy. Yeah. Oh gosh. Uh, yo, listen, hold on. Competitive wise, they listen, bro. I'm not saying I ain't got faith. I'm saying trajectory wise, they not trying to do that. They not trying to do that. I don't think Schroeder stays with the team, and I don't think Ben Simmons stays with the team. I think Ben Simmons finds a new team to give him a contract because it ain't gonna be the Brooklyn Nets. That's a fact. So let's say hypothetically we start winning because shout out to BK Network podcast. I see you had CJ Holmes up there. I was watching a little bit of the podcast. I didn't get a chance to finish. I was trying to throw the link in the chat, man. It's bugging out. It's saying read aloud. Like what the? Why is it saying that? Let me try to put the link in private chat and let's see what it say. The same thing. Yo, practice in the park. You there, Dylan? 258. Yo, that's October 13th. I got 2 tickets. Yo, read it aloud. Yo, what that mean? I say I say post and read aloud. Read aloud, stream your link. What you mean read aloud? So I can't post no comments? Wow, they not gonna make me write this whole damn link out. That's crazy work. That's really crazy work. Oh, Dylan out in New York. Oh, I. I'm trying to go there and get some footage. That's for sure. Read aloud. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get some good footage. I went to the other one. I met what's his name? Albert King. Bernard King's brother. They had a bunch of Brooklyn Nets jerseys. They had a place where you could shoot hoops. They was giving out haircuts. They was giving out haircuts, man. Like it was a whole lot of festivities in there, man. Ray LM said, I just want some new merch. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you. They got merch that you only gonna get if you go there. Like you trying to look for it online, like yo, I ain't got the money right now. I'm gonna, what I'm saying, go to the store. You gonna go to the store? They not gonna have it. Like for real. Like they had this hat. I was like, damn, I ain't got the bread for it. I'm gonna go to the store get it. I went to the store. They didn't have it. I was tight. Like damn, that hat was tough. I love Brooklyn Nets merch, like the hats. I love the hats. I like the colors. I like the merch. But they ain't have it, man. So if you're gonna bring like an extra bread, like it's free to get there, but they be having vendors. So you might want to bring like, you know what I'm saying, if some money to get some stuff. You know what I mean? To because it's just like limited edition. You only gonna be able to get it if you there. Um, word. Ray LM said the store barely be having what you want for real. Facts. They be having mad old jerseys. I'm like, why y'all even selling that jersey? Like, who? Somebody's buying that jersey? The hats they be having sometimes. I'm like, I expect more from this store. Y'all in the middle of Brooklyn. We got nothing but style and we click, you know what I mean? Nothing but style and culture. You gotta have the best merch. You know what I'm saying? And that should have the best merch. Yo, easy. I promise. I've been trying to throw the link in the chat for 20 minutes. I don't know what's happening. All right, man. I'm gonna probably end this live, and you know what I'm saying. I know it's Thursday, so I don't know if y'all gonna be up in that. You know, I'll probably start a new live on a late night. I don't know if y'all gonna be up, but yeah, man. That's what it is, man. Yeah. Word. So listen. Remember the fan game Saturday, 1 p.m. Nets fan versus Knicks fan. I'm gonna give you a little history with this. The first time we played, I shouldn't have played. I played in the rain with jeans on. I hurt my back. I shouldn't have been there, and I lost that game. They never make me. They never let me forget that game, the rain game. The next game, I played T-Town 1-on-1 in that same park, without rain. After I recovered from the injury, and I won that game. Now let's see. The next game, I played two Knicks fans in one day. The first time I played Kev, beat him, and then I lost to T-Town. So I was 1-1 that day. Played two games. Easy said, nah, you holding the link. Yo, I swear I'm gonna have to leave here real quick. Come back after I throw the link in the chat. Word. I was figuring out like how I should monetize the page, you know what I mean? Thinking like I should do a I should do a chat time limit. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever do the most chatting have the biggest super chat. So like say if you come on a panel for 5 minutes straight, nobody can get a word in, like that. That should be like a $2 super chat. If you want to come on the panel, talk 10 minutes straight, I'm just trying to make some money now. I'm saying, trying to monetize it. You want to come on the panel and talk 10 minutes straight about whatever you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Usually people will come and they just want to throw the super chat and have us talk about it. Now, you could actually pull up, talk about it. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm trying to articulate a way where, you know what I'm saying, I can make some money doing this. But you can't lose the integrity while you doing this. Shout out to all of the content creators. And again, I want to say thank you to all the Nets content creators. There was a long time where I would go on the net and it was really only Nets Kingdom. So they were one of the pioneers of net fan content. So I want to say shout out to them. Shout out to Saint for showing love. He be pulling up to the podcast. Shout to AJ. Shout to Jay from BK. I actually heard Jay from BK on the Nets Kingdom showing me love like two seasons ago. Like, yo, we go all, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to work with Nets Kingdom. I would love to be part of their panel one day. I would love to, you know what I'm saying? Saint joined the panel before, so you know what I mean? I would love to join that panel. And again, shout out to all y'all, you know what I'm saying? As I can't throw the link in the chat, which is wild. Let me try again. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try Twitter. Like I said, throw if y'all want me to throw the link, I mean y'all want the link on Twitter, you know what I mean? Just let me know. But y'all been rocking with me for almost a whole hour, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Um, but yeah, man. The off season been tough. Now that we this close to basketball, I'm kind of getting excited because we got all this anxiety about us being a bad team and just not seeing basketball and all of the different things that happen with our team. And now we about to see them play. And I'm feeling like Cam Thomas is ready. Schroeder gonna get traded to Orlando. Excuse me, Ben Simmons gonna get traded. Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, and DFS gonna get traded. We probably gonna get draft compensation. Because the way DFS play, you need him in the playoffs. Definitely need a player like DFS in the playoffs. There's no way none of these top four teams on the East or the West, or even the playoff teams in the East or the West, the top six teams or the top eight teams on the East or the West. One of those 16 teams gonna want DFS. I'm telling you, bro. We could go back and forth as fans and say what team will want him, but for them to be where they are in their career in their late 20s, yeah, they're gonna go for that playing for a championship because that's where the next big contract. When you a player like that, they contend because you can't really get another big contract unless you win a championship. Like part of the reason why Bruce Brown, and he's not old or nothing like that, but part of the reason why Bruce Brown had such a big contract is because of all the success and impact he had on winning on the teams that he was on. That big playoff game he had with the Brooklyn Nets, what he did in Denver, and then them winning it all, it shows why, you know what I'm saying, he gonna do the most to get the bag. And he did. Word. So it is what it is, man. Word. I was finna throw the link in the chat, man. I'm definitely not holding the link. This is wild, though. I ain't never seen this. It's just a read out loud. Let me see if I can share it. Let me see if I can share it. Can y'all at least still hear me while I share it? Word. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Alright, I got y'all. Just throw one in the chat if y'all want me to throw you the link. Nah, I got it. LM. Throw one in the chat if y'all want me to. And hit me on Twitter right now. Hit me on Twitter right now, and I'll throw the link in the chat. All right, hit me on Twitter, Ray. Hit me on Twitter. I seen you too. I seen you, John, and Pete. I saw, I watch Nets content. I watched Nets content, so I was watching y'all. I was listening to some of it. I couldn't listen to the entire thing, but I did hear the Cam Thomas part. Yeah, I was talking about should the Brooklyn Nets try to lock in and give him the contract. Like Cam Thomas is not worried. Like Cam Thomas not even worried about getting traded. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the Brooklyn Nets need to take it light. You know what I mean? I think that Sean Marks is taking a wrong approach. He not treating him like a priority, and I think that's a problem. You know what I mean? I think Cam Thomas should be treated like a priority because whoever we draft should complement Cam Thomas. Word. That's how I look at it. Whether it be Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, and or Ace Bailey. And I'm saying that because he compliment everybody he played with as a teammate. Again, easy. Hit me on Twitter if you want me to give you the link. Hit me on Twitter. I think I got you anyway on Twitter. Let me see right now. Yeah. Yeah, check out Twitters. Ray Allen, what's your Twitter, man? Tweet me, hit me in the message. I don't know your Twitter. Alright. Yo,
What's going on, bro?
chilling, man. Hold on, I can hear you now. Yo, what's good with you, man? You ain't in New York?
Nah, bro, I've been in South Carolina now for about 4.5 months.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah, chilling, working down here, getting myself established, so not too bad.
What's the worst thing? Come on, man. I know you missed them corner stores, man. Stop. Come on, man.
Hey, man, there's nowhere down here to get a bacon, egg, and cheese. There's nowhere down here to get like penne alla vodka and grilled chicken. I'm big into like breakfast and like Italian food, so those are the two
Mhm.
things I don't got down here. It's fucking horrible. But
Man, what about the weather though? How's the weather?
I mean, we got hit with that hurricane last week. That knocked us out of power for like 3 days. But yeah, other than that, the weather's beautiful. It's much more laid back. Um,
Yeah, nah, my brother out there. I know that storm crazy, man. Safe travels, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, we definitely got lucky. Our backyard. I'm in like a development where there's like 200 houses or some shit, and the house to the right of us, their backyard, it literally looks like a tornado went through it because all the trees are down. We got lucky though, where nothing fell into our yard or anything. But yeah, we were knocked out of power for a couple of days. Um, Fucking, there was nowhere to get gas because everybody had to get gas for the generators and stuff. So shit, like 75-80% of the gas stations around here were shut down. It was pretty crazy, but we definitely got the lighter end of it, which is surprising because we still got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, see, a lot of that stuff didn't happen to New Yorkers in a while. Like I remember, I don't know, if you remember this, but like maybe 13 years ago on Christmas, they had a big snowstorm in New York. They had to shut
Hmm.
it down.
Yep.
Um,
The last big
that
storm I remember from being in Jersey was Hurricane Sandy.
that
Sandy
wasn't
was
too
the
long
last big
ago.
one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was like what, like eight years ago.
Something like that. Yep,
But yeah,
yep.
we haven't gotten hit with anything crazy since then, at least up there. But nah, snowstorms, shit. I'll take a snowstorm any day of the week outside of 80-mile-per-hour winds and flooding. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, far as I'm the shutdown part, like being from New York City, I guess we got the upside of that, where no matter how harsh the weather is, it seems like things still run for the most part. And
Yeah,
if not, they do their best for the city to be down for 3 4 days without gas like that. I would contrast that to transportation. Like 3 4 days
yeah.
without MTA is crazy in New
Oh
York. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like I don't
you'd
even want
freak
to
out over
imagine
there.
no shit like that.
Nah, you guys would freak out over there if that happened. That shit. Nah, the city keeps its stuff up and running for the most part, but yeah, man, it was. I mean, about 3 hours north of me in North Carolina, they got shit. They got mudslides and everything. Their highway system got fucked up, and they're all shut down. So
Damn.
it hit some places pretty bad. I know Florida had like 130-mile-per-hour winds, about 20 feet of water in certain areas. So it hit hard, but I shit. 80-mile-per-hour winds isn't fun either. I woke up.
Word.
It hit us Friday morning, like in the middle of the night, and at 5 in the morning I woke up because I usually sleep with a fan on because I like white noise
Yeah.
and shit, it helps. So I heard my fan shut off, and I look up, the lights are flickering. I was like, oh fuck. And I get up, turn the fan back on because our power went in and out like 3 different times over like a 20-minute span.
Mm.
Uh, but like hearing the wind, dude, hitting the window, it was like picture being a soldier in Vietnam when like bombs were going off around you. Like that's what that shit sounded like. It was absurd. Just
Yeah.
between the rain and the wind smacking on the window, the power going in and out, I was like, bro, fuck this. Because I sleep in the front of the house, and that's where all the wind was hitting. So I was like, fuck this, bro. I had to go to a different room in the back of the house because that without a fan on, especially, shit, I was not going to be sleeping anytime soon.
Yeah, that sounds like violent winds and rain. You know what I mean?
So that wind was like a felony assault charge. That shit was that shit was going off.
I mean, yo, man, I'm glad you made it through that, man. I'm glad you're here to
I
tell it. You
appreciate
know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, I
Or
appreciate it.
yeah, nah, man. Mother Nature is something else, man. But on lighter things, I gotta say before we go to easy, so just to give you the credit you deserve, I've been saying that I agree, and I did when I said it. I agree with you about Schroeder getting traded to Orlando, and I do think we get some draft compensation out of it. I didn't articulate it the same way you did, and had the specifics the way you said it, but I do think because of the national team, Truder does want to play with them. He's a scoring guard. Yeah, I see how it works for both parties, for both franchises in Orlando and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You still stand on that? How you feel about it?
I mean, listen, Schroeder's the one guy that I wouldn't mind not trading, just because he's said that he is happy here, that he would like to re-sign here, which is it's nice to have some form of veteran that is willing to, you know, take a backseat from winning for a little bit if it means taking on a leadership role. I think that's great and something that we need. Um, like if I had to pick, out of the I'll call it the big four of veterans that are going to be on the way out this season, Schroeder's the one guy I'd keep. But the only problem with keeping him is that could affect Ben's time if he's healthy. That could affect Killian Hayes' development if we're trying to get him more minutes, and if he even ends up making it on the final roster. Because as of right now, he is on, I
10 day
believe, I think it's an Exhibit 10.
exhibit
Because
10. Yeah,
because he's not eligible to be a two-way player, which means if he doesn't make the roster, he gets cut, and if he makes the roster, somebody's got to get cut. So
right. We
for
got Shake built it too. Shake built it.
yeah, Shake, I believe causes a financial issue if we cut him, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go and look it up again, but I'm pretty sure that we can't cut him because it causes a financial issue. He's more so a guy that you can include in like a Cam Johnson or a Schroeder trade or like a Dayron Sharp trade if that ever happens down the line. But I don't think we can straight up cut him before the season because I think it causes a financial issue where if we cut him, we're actually losing more money than we would be bringing back in Um, I'm not sure how it exactly works, but from my understanding, that's what it was. Uh, as of right now, I do believe that there is a very real possibility that we could see a trade before the season begins, um, specifically with Dorian Finney-Smith. I think that there is a need to clear up a roster spot for Killian Hayes because, again, I don't think you bring a guy like that in if you aren't going to give him the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like you don't bring in a former lottery pick
Fact.
who you can't possibly, you know, send to the G League, or you don't just cut that. So I think
Right.
Dorian Finney-Smith to Sacramento as of right now makes the most sense. Originally it was Cleveland that looked most likely, but they re-signed Okoro, so that means Okoro can't be traded until December. Uh,
Okay.
Philly, they re-signed a ton of guys, and under re-signing rules, they can't be traded until around like December or January. So Philly has no space to bring him in. Orlando, not really a fit for DFS right now. So there's really not many other teams out there that would need him outside the Lakers and the Kings. Memphis
Okay.
potentially with the injuries that they're dealing with as well, but again, it's going to be a financial thing that they may not be able to bring in. So Sacramento makes the most sense right now. I think that you could see, you know, Trey Lyles and 2 second-round picks for DFS. Trey Lyles is an $8 million expiring contract. That's a guy that you could buy out immediately and then provide Killian Hayes with a roster spot. Um, but if you can't find a trade before the season, I could honestly see Bojan Bogdanovic getting bought out. So this way we could free up a spot for Killian Hayes. So either way, I think there's going to be a move before the season begins, whether it be a buyout or a trade, because we got to make room for Hayes, and I don't think that they're going to just let him walk after bringing him in, especially with the upside that he brings.
Who? Hayes?
Yeah.
Who you said?
I was saying that I do have a feeling that there's going to be somebody getting cut or traded before the season begins to free up a roster spot for Killian Hayes, because you don't just bring in a former lottery pick, who's
Oh, I
20,
forgot about
23.
you. Yeah, that's on me. I forgot about Killian Hayes. I thought you was talking about the point guard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah, we talking about the same player.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think it's interesting. We got a lot of those players from that 2021 draft. I'm guessing about 3 or 4. With Cam Thomas, Trendon, Zaire. I might be missing one person. Um, I think Killian Hayes was 2021, right?
oh, yes, I believe so. I think he was the 7th overall pick. Could look it up real quick.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we got like 4 players out of that draft that would make them, again, the trajectory of what they looking for as far as how old they are, like third, fourth year pros. Cam Thomas seems real anxious for this opportunity. And I was saying this earlier too. He, in my opinion, excuse me, I think he knows that he has the support around the league and the fan base, but he doesn't know if the franchise, aka Sean Marks, supports him the same way. I hear that Joe Tsai is a big fan of Cam Thomas. And that's huge. You know what I'm saying? I can't see Sean Marks overriding or trying to articulate why he should not pay Cam Thomas. And I think that's where I disagree with fans about this whole trade or not trade thing. I think Josiah has wanted this. And if again, Dylan would notice that out of all of these off seasons, for the most part, trade talks hasn't been uttered around Cam Thomas, and I think that's
Yeah.
intentional by Joe side. How you feel about that, Dylan?
So you touched upon a couple of points, and I want to talk about Cam Thomas in numerous ways, right? Because his media day, and I talked about this on my podcast episode yesterday, that
All right.
it
What
kind of
podcast?
concerned
What
me.
podcast is that? What podcast is that? Tell them. Let the fans
The,
know.
the BK Network podcast. We just released episode 9. We do all of our podcasts live. We actually were able to bring in CJ Holmes, New York Daily Nets beat reporter. This is his second year
Right.
on the job, and I've gotten close with him. So if you haven't checked out the episode, feel free to go and scroll through it. You probably want to play it in time and a half speed, so this way you can actually get through it. I think we ended up doing it for 2.5 hours, but we broke down, media day, the expectations from around the league and within the Nets organization. Talked about the Karl Anthony Towns trade. So if you guys want, feel free to go check that out. But as
Yeah,
for
check
Cam
it out.
Thomas,
Yeah.
there was definitely some concerns with some of the things that he said, at least in my opinion. Saying that he has nothing to prove this season, I think, is the wrong attitude that he should be bringing. I think he has everything to prove because, you know, yeah, we've seen him score, but can we see him do it a little bit more efficiently at an all-star level and raising that points per game up to an all-star level? You don't have anything to prove when you get that 5-year max contract, but as a rookie contract heading into your final year of your contract, you should be having that chip on your shoulder to where you have everything to prove. So I don't like the approach that he took in that aspect. Um, you know, when you say something like you don't have anything to prove, that makes me believe, all right, if you're not putting up 26 plus a game on damn near, 50, 40, 90 shooting splits, then that's a disappointing season for you because you said you had nothing to prove, but you went out there and underperformed. So I think he's setting himself up for some harsh critics if he doesn't, go out and do his thing. But um,
Right. I,
as
I agree with
for
that. I agree. I think he's confident enough to deal with the media, the press,
yeah.
and what comes with being the number one guy. I think he's ready for that, for to be under that light.
Yeah, we'll have to see because I break it down in two ways. We're either going to see a high scoring season, but some potential efficiency issues, or we're going to see a borderline all star season from the scoring aspect, like 24, 25 points a game with better efficiencies. So I don't think there's really I don't see him putting up like 28 on, 48, 37, 88 shooting splits. Like if he's going to put up 28 plus, he's going to be at that like 45% from the field, 36% from three. Like, it's not going to be like incredible efficiencies, but he's going to have the points for it. But if he's putting up like 25 a game, like, 20, 23, 25 a game, and he's on like almost 50, 40, 90 shooting splits, then that to me, you know, that's fine. But if you're going out there putting up like 24 a game on the 45, 36, shooting splits, then that to me
Yeah.
is like, well, you said you had nothing to prove and you went out there and didn't prove anything. So,
Yeah.
um,
I
you know,
think that was kind of him what he go through with Sean Marks. Some of it is confidence. Some of it you could tell, he going through it. And I think another answer, the way he answered it, he said, well, my agent is handling that. Like basically, I'm not letting it stress me. I'm not going to let them undervalue me. I think that
yeah,
was kind of like the professional way. And yeah, he didn't take that approach all through the interview, but I think again he said a lot also about being doubted, and I think he doesn't 100% feel the support from the franchise. You feel what I'm saying?
right.
But I do believe he does feel the support from around the league and the fan base. So he did say he was getting comfortable in Brooklyn, but to the point, I think it's mixed feelings. I
Right.
don't think it's just this. I don't think it's just a perfect thing for Cam Thomas. I think he's seeing the business of basketball, him being the number one guy, and maybe just all it comes with.
Yeah, no, and the reason why I also say that I don't like the comment of him saying that he hasn't, he doesn't feel that he has something to prove this season. Um, you know, at the same time, you do. This is a contract year, and realistically, if you underperform, but you're still good enough to be a six man, right? Then that could be Sean Marks's way of saying, all right, well, we can include you in a package for a star, right? So if your desire is to be here as a number one or two option for years to come, then you do have something to prove. And that was going to bring me to my next topic, which is his contract situation, right? I can't stand with any player why you wait until free agency to get a deal done. It was one of my biggest pet peeves with Kyrie, with Harden. I don't like waiting until they are free agents, whether it be unrestricted or restricted. That you wait that long to get a deal done, because my thing is if you went to him at the beginning of the summer and was like, hey, we want to knock out a 4-year deal with you, let's talk numbers, you probably could have gotten him for a price similar to Nick Claxton. Now say he does have an all-star caliber season where he gets snubbed because of the thing that Nets fans have to realize is you don't become an all-star on a garbage team. It's very, very slim, right? And if we are really going to be bad, he can put up 28 a game. It doesn't matter. He's likely not going to be an all-star. So being an all-star snub, knowing that he probably should have been putting up those 26 plus points per game, like that could jump his price from 25 million a year to 35 million a year. So like that's why I like getting deals done earlier, because even though there's still that chance that players will bet on themselves, you know, I want to try and get those deals hammered out and done, just so this way you don't have to worry about overspending on somebody because they had one good year. So it'll be interesting to see. Uh, I definitely think that it really depends. Like I said, if he's putting up that like 23 a game on similar efficiencies to last season, then he could be a trade candidate down the line. I don't think he's going to be considered the guy. But if he's putting up 28 on solid efficiencies and, he looks like he can be the number one or two on an offense, then yeah, he's going to get paid.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I think he's gonna get paid, and I think he's not scared to get traded. I think that he would stay because of the fan base, but the business got to be right, and you know what I mean. I think it's his advantage to wait, and the Brooklyn Nets advantage to act early. They again, as far as investment, far in productivity, you look at the contracts from top to bottom on this roster. Yeah, Cam Thomas probably the best contract. You know what I'm saying, for what it's worth.
Oh, I
And
mean, by far, yeah. If you have a guy who has the potential to be putting up 25 a game on his rookie deal, yeah, I mean that's a steal. But that's why I want to get a deal done prior to the season beginning, because then it's like, okay, we at least got him at what his value is now. We don't have to worry about him getting frustrated or having to match an offer that's oversized. Like say a team goes out there and offers him 40 million next season as a restricted free agent. I don't want to bring him in for 40 million. We're clearing up 40 million off of Ben's contract potentially. I don't want all of that going towards Cam Thomas, because I want to see us be able to fill the roster out with some better talent as well.
yeah, as
So
a Cam Thomas fan, I don't even want to see him make 40 mil. I think if you maxing him out at 25 to 30 mil, you doing good business. If he
exactly.
asking for more than 30 mil, I ain't gonna lie. For what we gonna be, if we win a championship, then yeah. But if we don't win a championship, Cam Thomas shouldn't be asking for more than 30 mil. I
Yeah,
don't
the
want to
one
put a ceiling on it because of business, and I don't know how to articulate the business side of it that much. But what I will say is, it seems like a lot. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So I
And
don't
to
know.
answer one of these comments that just came in, I definitely wouldn't say there's no untouchables, because as of right now, Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson, Nick Claxton, and Cam Thomas seem to be the four untouchables. I would say that's pretty obvious. I don't think that those core four young guys are going anywhere this season or next off season. So I would definitely say there's a couple of untouchables. But as for guys that they could look to move, you have your untouchables, and then you also have your non-tradable guys because of contract or depleted values based on playing, which is Ben Simmons and Bojan Bogdanovic, which is another reason why I've said Bogdanovic getting cut, being bought out makes a ton of sense, because he's coming off of wrist surgery. He's 35 or 36 years old. He's a guy off the bench that could give you 20 a game, and that to me hurts a tanking team a little bit. Now he was able to do it with Detroit as a starter and still lose, but at the same time, they didn't have the veterans that we have currently, and they also, Cade Cunningham wasn't Cam Thomas scoring levels at the time. So, it definitely worries me a little bit. Some of the players that we have on this team, like I believe our odds went down in our over under on wins. It went from 19.5 to 18.5, and to me, that's way too low. Like I see this team winning about 23, 24 games, right? Because we won 30 last season. Mikal had a rough season. Cam Thomas wasn't a full time starter until after the All Star break, pretty much. Um, the team that is currently surrounding them, if you're adding a healthy Ben Simmons, that scares me a little bit, just because that you have an all-star Ben Simmons potential. I'm not saying that he's ever going to be an all-star again, but if he's playing that defensive player of the year caliber defense, putting up 13, 7, and 7 a night, mixed with Cam Thomas taking a leap offensively and Nick Claxton being more involved as a playmaker and scorer, plus the progressions of Noah Clowney, Cam Johnson potentially being healthy and trying to raise his value, that to me can result in some wins, and I don't like that. So if there's ways to, bring in younger talent, but also solidifying your way of knowing that you're going to be in a great spot for a top 3 pick, I think that's what Brooklyn needs to do.
Nah, I feel you. Shout out to Dylan. Subscribe to his podcast, BK Network Podcast. Orange Speak on the chat. He said, if Detroit lands at 7th pick slot and they offer this pick for CT, Sean Marks pulls the trigger. Maybe he
I
does.
don't see it.
I don't know if he favors Cam Thomas like he's his favorite person or not. But again, I don't think the stay for Cam Thomas is because of Sean Marks. I really do think that's the inside call. That's Joe Saab on some big boy, big boss. Like, nah, he's untouchable. I think
I
I
was going to
think
say,
that's
though,
what.
because the problem also is you have to look at the teams that are likely to be in the top 10 this year, right? Like San Antonio has Atlanta's pick. Oklahoma City has the Clippers pick. We have our own pick. Portland, Washington, Utah. These aren't teams that need a shooting guard. So realistically, Cam Thomas isn't a player that's like Detroit wouldn't need Cam Thomas. They have Jaden Ivey. They have Cade Cunningham. They have Asur Thompson. They have a good young core already. So, like I said, Cam Thomas isn't getting traded this year. That's not possible, and it won't happen. The only guys that are going to have any form of potential of being traded this year is Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bojan Bogdanovic, Dennis Schroeder. Those are the only 4 names, and Day'Ron Sharpe, which I hate to say, but Day'Ron Sharpe and Shake Milton those are the 6 players that I could see getting traded. I would say out of those 6, 3 of them do, but at the end of the day, Cam Thomas isn't getting moved whatsoever.
Facts. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to Joey BK on the panel with us. Easy, you there? Joey, you there?
Yo, what's good?
What's going on,
Yo,
bro?
chilling, Joey. We was just talking about Cam Thomas, and I was saying that it's better for the Brooklyn Nets to sign him now because I think it's going to be an old price, new price thing with Cam
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah.
And I
So
think Cam Thomas should wait. So you know what I mean. They got to find a medium.
hey,
But what's good, Joey?
no, I was gonna say I agree with everything you've been saying tonight, Breezy. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, he wants to wait and bet on himself. You know what I mean, and probably have a hell of a season and outplay his contract more than he has already done to get paid more. I mean, we get it. Um, and I get what you guys are saying. Like you want to try to sign him early before that, before his, contract, negotiations balloon. But here's the thing: there's also another side to that coin. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say Cam gonna fall off, but he can also, you know what I mean, kind of fall off, and that can also kind of hurt his contract negotiations at the end of the year. I mean, it's no guarantee that he's going to play well, but the way Cam Thomas is a good chance he will. But I'm just saying, there's always that chance that he might not he might not he might hurt his stock a little bit. I mean, you never know. So, but that's probably more of a slim chance than it is than none. But it is what it is. The Nets going to try to do their due diligence and try to get their best bang for their buck when it comes to a player, and the player is going to try to, you know what I'm saying, say yesterday's price is not today's price when it comes to negotiating his contract. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I see you got John Morant picture. I see that interview. I asked Nick Claxton about John Morant, and Nick Claxton kept it real. He like, yeah, both of us from South Kakalaki. You know what I'm saying? Anybody from there, I want them to win. So shout out to John Morant, and John Morant had reposted it on Twitter like my guy or something like that. He said.
Yeah, he's always been close with Clark. Him and Clarkson always had a good relationship. He got a good relationship with Dayron too. Um, I
Yeah,
think
they wrong from
I
down
think
there too.
I've read something to where Memphis was actually talking about getting Dayron or trading for him at one time. I don't know how true that was, but I saw that somewhere. But yeah, Ja has he has a good relationship with Clarks, and I think he thinks highly of both of our young big men that we got. I mean, as far as I'm talking about Dayron and Clarks, I don't know. Clowney is still a baby, so
Yeah, Ja is nice, man. Word. Ja might be my cousin, man, on my mama's side.
you stupid. Hey, and I
No, I'm
also
serious, man. Like,
I
yo, I'm
wanted to say
telling
I
you,
wanted to
I know, like, I seen my family member. I know he related to me, and he got the same name as him, and he told me that we related. Now, I do not know how that Morant can. I don't know how the Morants connect, but I do know enough to know how my family connects with his last name. So that's what I'm saying. He really might be my cousin on my mama's side. I just don't know how. And don't get it twisted. I don't know him. Didn't grow up with him. I ain't gonna look at no pictures and see him. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Shout out to John Morant. Hopefully he focused this shit. I thought Derrick Rose was gonna be out there to keep him on the swivel. Derrick Rose retired. So hopefully, you know what I mean, he got his head on straight and he good out there.
yeah.
But I'm saying that all I say, where he want a new scenery. Now I'm asking all y'all this. In the free agency, we know the business of basketball changes the way players approach the game sometimes. That's fair to say. Now, what I'm saying is, what player actually has the morale and cares about bringing a championship to a team, a franchise that doesn't have one? Like, what player exudes that play? What player speaks that in their game? That's who we need to be looking for. That's the identity of a Brooklyn Nets with the franchise, in my opinion. We should be looking for players that want to represent that. Players
So
on this
crazy.
team, yeah, players on this team. I want to see how hard they play. I want to see that
Yeah.
Brooklyn grit. What up, Easy? Talk to me.
So one of the we spoke about this before. I kind of broke it down more in depth last night on my episode as well. But De'Aaron Fox and John Morant, people keep saying that I'm crazy for putting these names out there, but one of those two are going to be available within the next year and a half. De'Aaron Fox has already declined his extension with Sacramento. Sacramento has had issues with the head coach and bringing him back. They bring in DeMar DeRozan as a panic move to try and keep De'Aaron Fox happy. They're trying to contend in a Western Conference that is more loaded than any season ever before. It is probably the most loaded conference out of any sport that I've ever seen. I mean, your 1 through 9 seeds could genuinely be 1 through 5 seeds in the East.
Yeah,
So
and I was adding to what you said about De'Aaron Fox, saying that if if De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan doesn't make good on his word is that we're going to reach the Western Conference Finals. That's his word, and I
yeah, I
know
don't see
he,
them getting
I
past
no,
Dallas. I don't see them
right,
getting past Memphis if they get to that
right,
point. I don't
no,
see
but
them getting past Denver,
but
OKC,
people.
Minnesota.
Right. But Peep Dylan, I said that because of what you said. Peep,
Mhm.
how I connect, right? If DeMar DeRozan don't make good on his word, because I know he's saying that to entice De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox want to win. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He want to win. You see how I went with him in the playoffs. You see how everything played out since he been on that team. He want to win. He see trades and happen for Tyrese Halliburton. He was successful and got to the second round. De'Aaron Fox is like, I'm on the Kings. They ain't even really got no history of winning. I want to win. De'Aaron Fox is probably a player that wants to win and that could help the Nets compete. But slowing it down, the reason why I agree with Dylan is because if DeMar DeRozan doesn't make good on his word and doesn't reach the Western Conference Finals, I think De'Aaron Fox is definitely going to try to put his be going to get traded. Basically, he's not going to re-sign with the Sacramento Kings. He's going to, you know what I'm saying? Look to I don't know if he's going to go east or west. I don't know what team. I ain't saying it's the Brooklyn Nets because of the relationship with him and Jordy Fernandez. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know what I mean. They might have a relationship that might happen, but yeah. But
yeah,
that's why I agree with Dylan. So I said though I had to say that.
because like I said too, the connection with Jordy is going to play a major factor if there ever is a time where De'Aaron Fox is available. I break it down this way, and I think Ja Morant is definitely the better player. But if you're talking about who fits Brooklyn better, Ja Morant. If you're talking about who fits winning and has that leadership mentality better, that's De'Aaron Fox. So, you know, Ja's the guy that fits the Brooklyn fan base, where he's bringing in that athleticism, that grit, you know, the attitude. Like, he's got it all. But if you're bringing in De'Aaron Fox, you're bringing in a guy who was a Kentucky product, which they have not missed on a guard in years. You got Reed Shepard, who's coming into the league
Right.
this year. You had
Mm,
Tyrese Maxey, SGA, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Malik
yeah.
Monk. Like, these are guys that
John
Mhm.
Wall.
Kentucky is incredible. Yeah, John Wall. Kentucky is the best guard producer in the entire country. So,
Facts.
if bringing in him, he's the guy that has the winning mentality. So either way, like I said, I think one of these guys become available, and the simple reason is this: one more injury ridden season for Memphis, to me, means Ja Morant wants out, and they're already going through it with Jaren Jackson, Vince Williams, and Gigi Jackson. One more season where Sacramento can't get out of the first round or out of the play-in, and De'Aaron Fox is going to want out. And I'm not saying both of them will be available, but I do have a very strong feeling that one will be at the end of this season. Um, it'll just depend on which one's available and which one matches our price range. But we have the best chance at both of them. We have the best package. We have the best players and coaching staff that'll draw them to us, right? Ja Morant um, was very close with Zaire Williams, and even posted about him a couple of times once he got traded. He also has an incredibly close
Yes,
relationship
man.
with Nick Claxton, both South Carolina natives who have grown up together. They have a very close connection still. That's the Ja Morant link, and then if you're looking at De'Aaron Fox, you got the Jordy Fernandez link. So one of those two guys, if I had to place my money on anything, one of those two guys ends up in Brooklyn within the next year and a half.
I agree. It makes sense because both of those teams are built to win now, and they've been
Yeah,
underachieving for so long
yeah,
that they're like on their last thread before the shit gets blown up, pretty much. So
definitely. And
I
another
agree.
thing too is if you land a Cooper Flag or an Ace Bailey, that right there allows you to accelerate the rebuild. If you end up with Dylan Harper or Nolan Traore, then I agree. Take one more season to try and land that top guy. Try and get AJ
Hold
DeBounce to
on, but hold on. Let's talk basketball real quick since this is a good conversation with Joey and Dylan. Um, just the whole window of it all, right? The whole window of If it's not in the 4 6 year window, it's over with. And respectfully, you can debate it because of Stockton and Malone and how they were together that long and didn't win any championships. But then look at Dirk. Dirk was with Dallas 11 seasons before he won a championship. Akeem Olajuwon, I think he was there 9 seasons before they won a championship. So I'm saying that to say that the franchise, this is a delicate matter. Coming off a player that you get, unless you just a team that's just going to
Hey,
be getting draft picks like 1 2 and 3 or season after season, you know what I mean? You got to be careful on, you know what I mean, giving
Breezy,
up your franchise player.
Breezy, I hear what you saying, beloved, my friend, but that's not today's NBA. Like
Not
you're
at all.
not you're not staying at no franchise for no 11 seasons, like, and you ain't won no championship, and
So
they gonna
hold on,
continue to pay you.
is Steph Curry the last? Is he the last of a dying breed?
Oh yeah. Like you could maybe see one or two guys doing it. You're not gonna see,
What about
five
what
out of
about right now? What about right now? Y'all see Ant-Man staying with Minnesota?
with
Yeah,
how they continue to restructure the roster around him year after year, yes.
yeah, yep.
Tatum, if he ever has a chance to go to the Lakers, he will run there. I truly believe that. He will.
Minnesota is different because now you seen the little moves Minnesota been making over the years. They're starting to shape the team to make Ant the main man. They got rid of D'Lo. They got rid of Cat. They're making sure that they put the correct pieces around Ant Man, like he's the focal point right now in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm
And
it's
saying.
different.
Do you think he does Jokic retire with the Denver Nuggets? Does Ant-Man retire with Minnesota Timberwolves? Like what about our generation? Like I said, mine
Yeah,
in NBA is not
Jokic.
like that. But is there any player in our generation, 1 out of 30 teams, that would just
Jokic
stay with the
retires.
franchise as of right now? Y'all
Jokic
believe?
retires with Denver. I don't know about Ant full time, but as of right now, yes.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, the thing with Ant Man is up in the air because it all depends on if he wins championships. Now, Jokic, he already won a championship. He's already been the MVP of the league. He's like literally like top three in the league. So I mean, all Joker got to do is possibly win another one in Denver, and he's never leaving there ever. There's a good chance he's not going to leave now. So after
And the
that
only
one
time
chip,
that he would ever leave is if there is a team out there that has the financials to bring in him and Luca. That is the only way that I see him ever leaving because I do know that they want to play together,
but
but
here's
I
the
don't.
thing though, Dylan. I see Luca going to Denver before I see um Jokic going to Dallas.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I could definitely see something like that happening, but you know, I also don't think that either organization would allow their one of those guys to ever hit the open market to just be able to leave. The only way that that happens is by a trade.
Yeah, sign and trade.
Not even so much sign and trade, probably like an off-season trade on the final year of their deal where it's like, hey, I'm not thinking of re-signing here. Ship me
He
out.
said he said via trade, same thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, we gotta watch this season happen. You know what I mean? These free agents, I'm not gonna lie. Where this, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. I wouldn't cancel this out. If I was a betting man, I probably put. I work hard for my money, so I'll put $5 on it. You know
Here,
what I'm
I want to
saying?
ask y'all a question, man.
Well,
What
what's up?
what? And I hate to keep talking about this guy, but it's a very intriguing question, and it's something we need to think about. So if Ben Simmons comes back, let's just say he comes back and he just starts fucking balling the fuck out. I mean, he has an all-star season. What do we do with Ben Simmons, man?
I
Trade
think
him.
you sell him high. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Do
too unreliable.
do
The
you
only
do you do it
way.
at the trade deadline? Do you wait to the end of the season?
Nah, trade deadline.
Well, end of the season, he's an expiring contract, so he'll hit the open market. Um, you know, if he's playing to a point where he was in Philly, I think you trade him. Now, if he comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm having this great year, but I'm willing to come back here for 20 to 25 million a year," then I'd reconsider it. because if he's coming here on a deal that's half of what he's making now, then it's interesting. But
Because the price is right.
yeah, because here's how I look at it too. Ben is the guy that if he can play 65 games a year, you know, and he's truly not able to get back to that all-star form, but we've seen him play unhealthy and he still plays great defense. He still play makes very well. He still rebounds very well. I wouldn't mind having that as our backup point guard. You know what I mean? Like if he truly can't get back to 15, 8 and 8 a game with all defensive caliber defense, then if he's putting up Draymond stats and he wants to take like 10 to 20 million a year, then yeah, I'd take that as a backup point guard.
Mm.
But if he's ball like what is your definition of balling the fuck out? Like what are we
like I
talking
said,
about?
what I'm saying is balling the fuck out for Ben Simmons is exactly what you said. His career numbers, which is around 16, 8 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
If he does that or better this season, I mean, do you consider like signing him, bringing him back, or do you just sign him at the trade deadline and sell high?
I consider trading him. And I love like I don't love Ben, but like I do want to see him do well. And my dumbass bought his damn jersey, so it's almost like an ego thing for me that I want to see him do well because he's the only jersey I got right now that is still on the team. Like I
That's
had
hilarious.
like five Kyrie jerseys, a KD jersey. I was about to buy a Harden jersey the week before he got traded. Thank God I didn't. But like, bro, like all throughout my life, my lucky number was 10 and this motherfucker took 10. Like, I need you to show up because not only did I buy your jersey, but you're wearing my number. Like, go out
Right.
there and do something for me. I can't be sitting around here
Now,
going to a
Dylan,
Nets
you
game
see,
with a Kyrie, Katie, or Ben jersey if all three of them aren't
Yeah,
on.
I got
Dylan,
Kyrie,
yo,
Harden, and
somebody got a
KD.
somebody had a Ben Simmons tattoo, yo, last season. I was watching the game
I
and they
saw it.
showed, yeah, I think it was on his chest. I was like, damn, you know what I'm
Nah, if you're
saying?
getting
Like,
another man on your
not
chest,
even
you
on your
should.
arm or no shit, like on your chest.
Yeah, if you're getting another man on your chest, you should just pause yourself there. But nah,
That's
I
tough.
keep joking. The next jersey I'm gonna get is just a custom one that says Nets Press on the back because I can't keep buying these motherfuckers jerseys if they're gonna keep leaving
Hey,
after 3 years.
Nah,
hey,
that's my
Dame,
thought process, bro. For real, I got
hey,
two jerseys that say "Big Fan Breezy" on the back. Like I'm gonna
hey,
always
check,
be part of the
hey,
team. You can
y'all,
rely on that.
check this out. I learned my lesson with the big three. I went crazy. I got like two KD jerseys. I got two Kyries. I got one Harden.
Yep.
After that, big three debacle, I'll never do that shit again, bro. I'm serious.
Nah, never again. Listen, the only jersey that I'm gonna buy in the next 2 years is if it's Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper. That is it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I know I'm laughing because I got the micro of it because I remember, feeling happy to be a Nets fan, and I'm not gonna lie, it was because of Spencer Dinwiddie. So you know what I'm saying? Went out and got a little Spencer Dinwiddie poster, gave it to my son, and all of that. And then,
I got his jersey
he got
too,
traded. Got Spencer Dinwiddie jersey. Hello, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it?
bro. I had Dinwiddie jersey before he changed his number. Cause remember he changed his number when Kobe and his daughter passed, and he combined their two numbers. I had Dinwiddie when I think he was 10. His number was 10, I think, before. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm trying to remember. I gotta check.
But yeah, no, excuse me, it was 8. It was 8.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, but I was a real big Spencer fan, man. Spencer used to get busy, man. So but yeah, man, he fell off too. Came back to BK
Yeah,
and started playing like shit. And
but that tell you, but doesn't But should y'all even feel bad? Y'all just said that we don't live in the era of basketball like that no more. Like none of these players are gonna stay forever. They not gonna get drafted and
That's
retire
true.
there. 9 times out of 10,
But
it's
here's my
not
thing
happening.
though,
So you could
Breezy.
say you was there. You could say, yo, I got the jersey when this and that happened. It's about the
Yeah, but
story. It's about the
here's the thing
memories. You know
though.
what I'm
Why most of the jerseys that we bought ain't none of them dudes leaving good faith. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
saying?
they ain't leaving a good way. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. I mean,
That is,
they
yeah,
didn't
that
leave
is
on they
another
didn't
thing
leave on
too.
good terms.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Ben. Do you
I'm
wear the
I'm
Ben
against
Simmons
it.
jersey? Do you still wear it?
I got to. It's the only fucking one I
All
got,
right.
and of
So when the
course,
last time? When the last time you wore the jersey? When the last time you wore the Ben Simmons jersey?
probably the last game of the season, last
Okay.
game.
And you want to know what's so crazy about the Ben Simmons jersey? I got a thing for like, no, I ain't gonna say that, but and I don't want you to get flagged for Nets point guards. Like I got Kenny Anderson's jersey.
Yeah.
I got
And you got Kenny
Kiggs.
A jersey? That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
check
got
out Dylan. Dylan got an interview with Kenny A, right? Dylan.
I don't even think it's there anymore, but yeah, I did do one with
I
him. It was on an
It's
old
not there
channel,
no
but
more. What happened
no,
to it?
I think I wiped it because I changed it to the podcast page and I
Oh,
wanted to start there.
I
I
watched
know,
that whole thing, man. That was a good interview.
yeah,
I know.
I got
Yeah.
Devin Harris jersey. I got
Oh,
I
my
got a
king.
lot. But my thing is like I wanted to buy Ben's jersey, but I just can't. Like I just I'm s- he I can't do it, bro.
He got enough of our money, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like he
like
hasn't
oh
done
my
nothing. He hasn't
goodness.
done nothing for me to earn me to buy his jersey. Like he hasn't done nothing since
Nah,
he
you know
been
what it
here.
was for me? Like, the problem is like I said, he came in. I was about to buy a Harden jersey, and I was like, you know what? Impulsively, let me just get his jersey because, like, we just traded for him. He's gonna be here. He'll ball out, and he's
Right.
wearing my number. I was like, I got to do it. I've never had a Nets player wear number 10 that I liked. So yeah, that was a
Yeah.
impulsive decision that led to a wallet that still stares at me, being like, "What the fuck did
So
I purchase, bro?"
I
Like,
I got I
This
got a
heavy
D'Lo
hooping in
jersey. I'm proud of.
practice. So I don't know. You'll see.
Now I'm happy about my D'Lo jersey. I'll still wear my D'Lo jersey because D'Lo balled out for us. He left on
Yeah.
good terms. Those was good times.
Yeah, he got a whole new identity here, man. He could have, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But the whole thing with KD, like nobody was loving D'Lo like that. Like, yeah, you good, but nah, I mean, if we could get
you're not Kevin
KD,
Durant,
you know what I'm saying?
bro. I still remember
Yeah.
the day he got traded, man. What was it? 1:11 in the morning, I believe. I got the notification from Shams. I just remember, like when you be on Twitter and that you know, they be posting like half naked chicks and shit, and it's like, oh my god, I just saw somebody fall to their knees at Walmart or some shit. Like that was me when KD got traded. Like I dead ass had a tear come down. Like I could not fucking believe it. That
Yo,
Yeah,
but
I
hold on.
remember.
Well, I
I think
wanted to
you
say,
want to know what's funny? I think every Nets fan remember that time when they heard the news that Kyrie and KD was coming to the Brooklyn. I think everybody remembers it vividly. I
yeah,
oh
remember.
yeah,
I remember.
Hold on. I remember talking to my friends and family, and they, oh man, KD and Kyrie going to the Knicks. Man, ain't nobody goes to Brooklyn. They ain't gonna pick Brooklyn over the Knicks. Blah 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 blah. I was like, I'm telling y'all, KD and Kyrie coming coming to Brooklyn. Watch and see. I was out eating with my family for like a birthday dinner, bro, and that shit popped up on my phone, and I said, "Oh shit!" at the table, and I just got up real fast and ran out the fucking restaurant and was screaming my fucking ass off. I couldn't believe it, like,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
that's
that
a
was
wild story.
those like few times in life where everybody's like, you'll remember where you were that day, like the day that Kobe passed, like Katie getting traded, like I remember, so like it felt like I was born, you know 3 months after 9/11. Like I could only imagine what people felt that day, but like Katie getting traded, that was my 9/11. Like I could not fucking believe it. my
yeah, that shit was
my
surreal,
jaw
man.
dropped, fucking phone fell. Like I couldn't believe it. I closed Twitter, reopened it, typed in Shams, clicked it again. I was like, holy fuck, it's real. Could not believe it.
Yeah, shit was
Yeah,
crazy, man.
no, I remember. I ain't gonna lie. I say, yo, Kyrie better not take Spencer minutes. Like Spencer was really hooping back then too. Like once I seen Spencer that season had beat Harden in the Houston Rockets. Like I remember I
Yeah,
was
he snapped
whipping.
that game.
I was in the car. I was working. I was like, yo, I remember running upstairs, like trying to turn on Yes, like fucking channel was taking mad long to come on. I'm like, fuck. Like, and then when I realized we won the game, I was like, yo, I can't believe we came back and won that game.
Yo,
And again, there's moments that led to I know KD and Kyrie seen for themselves, like, yo, we need to be part of that. If we go to that team, we could win with that team. They had to see that the way we were playing
yo,
that
I ain't
led to
going
them
front.
wanting to come here in the first place. So I know they just quote unquote did it for location, but they fucked up with that because if they just did it quote unquote for location and you really took the minutes from Jared Allen and all of that shit, like you know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. You could have kept the core, y'all two with the core, we doing something. But we see
Yeah,
how it played out. So
yeah, yeah, I agree. My thing is, if you're gonna make all these motherfucking changes and you coming in and you want this and you want that, you better be right. That's all I gotta say. And unfortunately, they weren't. They did all that
yeah,
shit and they got
yeah.
what they wanted, and we still fell short. So,
Right, and on that note, I remember Kobe. He even shouted out Spencer Dinwiddie, like, "Yo, you hooping?" Kobe had came to the Barclays with his daughter for a game,
bro,
and I remember
niggas
that
don't
game. We won
understand.
that game. Like,
I
yo, I
was,
remember. He was Spencer was showing out that game. Yo,
bro.
I remember.
If you
Right.
if you a real Nets fan, you know Spencer been showing out. We talking about his first stint here in Brooklyn. We not talking about second stint here in Brooklyn, Spencer.
Yeah.
First stint here in Brooklyn, Spencer was different. And I remember that game in Houston. He did some T Mac shit. I think he brought his back with like 30 seconds left or some shit. We was down like,
Mhm. Yeah.
yo, he snapped. And I ain't gonna hold you. Spencer gave us a lot of fun comebacks and a lot of clutch shots when he was here, man. He did. Like if you really think
Mhm.
about the games, I remember the Cleveland game. Remember the Cleveland game? He hit the game winner.
Mhm.
The midi.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I remember all of that. That's when I started vlogging that season too. Like before that, I was a fan, but I wasn't actually going to social media recapping it. Funny story. Some of that come from my girl not wanting to hear that shit. To keep it real with you, know what I'm saying? Like I'll be talking to her about basketball, but it was happening. Like I was talking a lot. She's like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you love talking about basketball. And, she was part of the reason why I started up the channel too. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to her. But some things look like it could be a blessing, you know what I mean? It's just how you look at it, you know what I mean?
That's
But
true.
I had a lot of fun talking about this team, regardless of how well we did. And again, I knew that season where we're talking about before KD and Kyrie come that we weren't winning the championship. I had no idea how we would even be thinking about winning the championship. But it was one of the I had a lot of fun that
We could
season.
because we played a
Yeah,
fun brand of basketball. That's why.
yeah,
And we had a bunch
yeah.
of guys. We had a bunch of guys on our roster who was easy to root for. You know.
Word. No, that's true. True. I like Cal. I used to call Karis LeVert CL Smooth. Um, I used to like Ed Davis. He used to grab mad rebounds.
Yeah.
I was like, God, it was like just different plays, and I like what
You
Kenny
know.
Atkinson was
You
doing.
know who used to ball out for us? Demar Carroll. He used to
Yeah,
ball out
Damari
for us too.
Carroll. Yeah.
Low key, playing
Mm-hmm.
defense, hitting those corner threes. Demar used to
Mm-hmm.
ball out, man. He used to
I
ball out.
seen I seen Kenny say, I see it himself. He said, I seen Atkinson say one time, he was like, yo, I don't really have a plan. It's about who's hot. He basically was saying that I'm developing these players, and some nights out of Karras and Spencer, both of them can have a big scoring night. I don't really assign this one to take more shots than this one. The problem was they wasn't on the floor a lot together because of injuries. But Kenny Atkinson, him being on Cleveland, it makes sense, man. I think they're a different team with Kenny Atkinson on that
Man, I
on
wish
as
the
a
best
head
for
coach.
Kenny, man. Hopefully, they do well. I wish the best for him. He got did dirty when he was here. That's another thing. Um, the big three was it was said that not the big three, but the big two got him fired. So um I don't know how true that is, but Kenny was a good man. He came here, he worked his butt off. He turned the team around. He turned the image of the team around. He turned the image of a lot of these players on the roster at that time, their image around, got them paid, gave them a chance, developed them, gave them an opportunity to showcase their talents. So believed in them. I ain't got nothing but good things to say about Kenny, man. Wish him the best.
Yeah, now shout to him, man. Shout to Jody Fernandez too for your first time. You know what I'm saying? Shining doing a thing. I think that was Kenny Atkinson's first opportunity to be a head coach is with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think he was a head coach anywhere else. I think he was the assistant coach.
No, you correct. That was his first. That's what his first gig as a head coach.
So in all fairness, Chuck Vaughn it was only his second stint. It was definitely Steve Nash first, George Jordy first, and it was Kenny first. Excuse me, first time head coaches. And I think year two is going to say a lot. Well, I think the rotations. I know he was talking that big boy lineup shit. I hope he dial it back. I don't want him to, you know what I mean, stay
Oh
with that
well,
big boy lineup. That was
I'm
crazy.
I'm glad you
So
brought it up actually, because I had
yeah.
CJ Holmes on it yesterday, and he actually debunked it. It was a fake article.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it
yo.
is. There is no big boy lineup. It is not real. Uh, I'm not gonna lie. Because of how bad I want to see this team play this year, I was really hoping that it was actually real, but sadly, it was not.
Yeah, nah, that shit was crazy.
However,
Um,
they did ask him about Simmons and Claxton being on the floor together. I seen him ask him that. He said he don't know. He gotta wait to see how it's gonna look. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um
right, and I like the fact that he a first time head coach and he's telling them I don't have all the answers. Like, yeah, I've seen him say that in numerous interviews. Like he like like I said prior, I don't know
you
yet.
yeah, but you know
I
what I like
don't
about him
have
though,
the
Breezy?
answers.
Breezy, hold on. You know what I like? He doesn't have the answers, but you can tell he's smart enough to try stuff and figure shit out. And you know what I mean? And try to
Yeah,
put certain pieces together to see what works. He's good at experimenting and figuring this shit out. Like he'll have a plan might not work, but he'll try to improve around the edges. You know what I mean? You could tell he's a student of the game. You feel me? And he's gonna try different things. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think I wanted to say this too, because I want him to have a good relationship with Cam Thomas, right? So Jordy Fernandez, he had an interview, and no, Cam Thomas had an interview, and they asked him about Jordy Fernandez. He said, "Well, you know that Jordy Fernandez worked with De'Aaron Fox and then Jamal Murray. He worked with explosive guards. How do you feel about that?" Cam Thomas said, "I don't really care. It's about what he do with me," or something to that effect. And I just thought that was tough.
Yo,
Um,
Cam is coming in. I don't want to say it's cocky, but he's coming in like he's really, really sure of himself. Like when they asking
right.
him these questions and shit at the press conference, he like, man, listen, what I ain't got nothing to prove. Like, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
know what I'm about. If they don't know what I'm about by now, I don't know what to say. Like, pretty
Yeah.
much, like you know how I give it up. So,
Yeah, nah, I seen
so
that
he and then
too.
they asked him. They was like, Cam, do you think the players and the teams and the respect you around the league? He said, I know they respect me because they double me. I
That's
know they
true though.
respect me. What do you mean? They doubling and tripling teaming me, but that's showing me
That's
respect.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That being said, that means he's backing up that big talk. If you got a line of questioning and you asking him the stuff that he's saying, and I know he's saying that to say that y'all basically hired two bad coaches and y'all questioning me and my loyalty and what I could do. I got my own questions, you know what I'm saying? I'm questioning y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
I got
just think it's come to the point to him. He like I shouldn't have to really prove myself no more. Like y'all know what I can do, and I
right.
know what I can do. So why y'all sitting here asking me these questions?
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I, again, I think he wants to send that message. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, yeah, undermine, yeah, downplaying my worth, but I really know my worth, and I think that's why he made that comment too about the around the league. He was like, because basically, and also, but it's two ways. Because he said, I've been doubted, but I don't. I think he want that doubt from the franchise. Even if everybody else doubts him, he wants that. He wants that support from the franchise. You know what I mean? And I also heard him say he wanted this opportunity ever since he came into the league. So he did want a situation where he was the one guy,
I
and
mean, I
he
like
don't
it
see
though.
himself moving to the bench.
You
So
know,
that's
you
good.
want to know what I you want to know what I like when they asked them about people doubting the team and saying that the team is going to be bad and doubting him. He said, "Listen," he said, "People been doubting me my whole life." He said he thrives off of it. So I like that. I like a player that who thrives off of that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Motherfuckers
whole
hating,
crowd could be
hating and
booing
throwing
him. He
negative
knocking
energy
down
at
free
their way.
throws.
Niggas hating and throwing negative energy their way. They ain't gonna sit up there and fold like a beach chair. Beach chair. They gonna use that for extra motivation, and that's what you're
Right.
supposed to do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You see them go into them hostile environments like the Garden or something like that, or any away game, and they gotta knock down free throws to win the game. You gotta respect that, bro. Those are the players that don't know how to do that. They know how to focus in those situations. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Cam Thomas knock down big free throws. I don't remember if it was
All
home
I,
or
all I'm gonna
away, but
say
I've
is I don't want to sound like no Cam Thomas Glazer, but listen, man, I know a dog when I see one, man, and I know a player who got that clutch gene, and a player who wants to be in that moment, like he lives to be in that moment, and that's Cam Thomas. Like he has that shit, bro. Like he really does. Now I don't know how great he's gonna be. I don't know his ceiling, but Cam got that shit. Like he's not rattled at all. Like you know what I
yeah,
mean? He lives for the moment.
yeah, nah, since we here, um, I troll this dude. He part of this show called Players Choice, and his name is Mars, and he basically is a Houston Rocket fan, and he always talking about Jalen Green, this and that. And I know him and Cam Thomas was in the same draft, and I know Cam Thomas had more 40-point games than Jalen Green, and just basically telling him that even though Cam Thomas is number 27 in the draft and Jalen Green is not the second player picked in that same draft, don't mean that Jalen Green is better than Cam Thomas. And I'm telling him now that Cam Thomas is gonna have a better year than Jalen Green. And I believe that to be possible. You
Man,
know what I'm saying?
none of that shit matter. None of that where you was picked at in the drive shit matter after you already been playing in the league. Cause at the end of the day, it's about what you did in the league, not about what you did in college. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. Yeah, no, that's a fact. I do like the fact that Kim Thomas, yo, what up, Leaf? I couldn't throw it in there. I gotta hit you on Twitter. Just hit me on Twitter in the inbox, and then I'll put it in your inbox. Post. But that being said, yeah, man, I think Cam Thomas is going to have that same green light that the 1, 2, and 3 pick get when they first come in the league. When Cade
Absolutely.
Cunningham gets to the team in the first year, they say, "All right, you got the green light. You're going to put up as many shots. The
Right.
offense going to run through you, and yada yada yada." Same thing for Jalen Green, who was the number 2 pick. Yo, I'm telling you, these are the players that was getting those looks. Cam Thomas now after 4 seasons, he's getting that look. And
Right. But
I'm telling you, but look at the. That's what I really want y'all to compare Cam Thomas to. How well is he playing versus the other players, or not versus, but in contrast or versus the other players in that draft. Because if we did a redraft after next year, I want to revisit this conversation at the end of, you know what I'm saying? So after we see some
no,
basketball
I see where you
happening
going.
this
Breezy, I
season, you
see
know
where
what I
you
mean?
going. All you gotta say this. You want to see how he compares to all them other dudes that got drafted before him, who's probably ain't been
Facts.
better than him since they've been in the league together.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I want to see that because this is the year that's going to say a lot. And I'm saying that to say, well, even these rookies that we looking at, we're going to see how many points they put up. Cam Thomas put up 23.5 points. How many points is Cooper Flag going to put up? Is he putting up 23 points? Is Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, they putting up 23 points? And this is not a negative on me coming at them saying sarcastically they're not going to put up 23 points, but y'all so quick to give up. Don't make sure whoever y'all give the team to, if it's not Cam Thomas, is a better shot creator because y'all looking for a more offensive player than defensive player. 9 times out of 10, the player that's picked at 1, 2, or 3 is more of an offensive player than a defensive player. Even if they are a defensive player, they're getting picked at number 1 9 times out of 10 because of their offensive prowess. So
Hmm.
how how vital are they going to be on the offensive side of the ball when you contrast them to Cam Thomas and him about to have this season under his belt? We're going to go into that draft with Cam Thomas being the number 1 guy, number 1 player, number 1 offensive option on our team for a whole season. We're
And
gonna this
and
is
this is
gonna
a
change a lot of the ways things are gonna happen with the Brooklyn Nets because of it, bro.
that's true, but and I know we talked about contract and all that, his contract. This is a perfect Cam is in a perfect opportunity right now. He's in a perfect opportunity. He's going to be the number 1 option on a team that's really not expected to do nothing. He's going to get his reps. He's going to get his shots. And he's in a perfect opportunity to outplay his contract even more and to build up his resume even more. So when it's time for him to negotiate his contract, he can bring all of that to the table. Um,
That's
so
a fact.
now I will say this, like it all depends. It's not only going to depend on scoring. I think they want to see how well he's gotten in other areas as well as a complete basketball player will also depict on how much he gets paid. You feel what I mean? We know he's going to score the ball more. He's going to be the number 1 option. He's going to have the ball more in his hands. So I'm expecting for him to put up more points. I want to see him improve on his rebounds, his defense, and playmaking.
That's fair. That's fair. Word. We will see. Shout out to Joey BK. Thank you for joining the panel. Shout out to Easy. Leaf is on the panel with us. Talk to us, Leaf. What's the word?
Yo, it's conversations like this is one of the reasons why I declined every goddamn Cam Thomas fucking debate or talk with you, because this shit is really based on future reference, and it's based on prediction. And the predictions, bro, like that, and the predictions, bro, like, and it seemed like it seemed like you like having fun, bro, like comparing these niggas to every nigga that got drafted before him, as opposed to like the rest of the fucking league. And I understand, bro. Like, and I get it. In terms of scoring, bro, like, listen, ain't no knock on him, bro. Like, in terms of what he's capable of doing. But I feel like we blew up the whole fucking summer, bro. Just talking about this shit so much. I'm ready for some hooping to start happening. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause
We got
I
we
like
got we got to practice. That's all we got. We got a Brooklyn Nets practice. I think training day number one. I think two training is two tomorrow.
man,
So we
fuck
got.
the practice, man. I want to see the games, bro. Like I'm ready for October to be
I
over
think
and it just started.
the first preseason game I believe for the Brooklyn Nets is October 8th. I think it's Tuesday, and that's a away game. I think versus the Clippers. I'm not sure though, but I'm definitely trying to watch that shit. Where I'm trying to watch it, I don't know. I think
I don't know where
spring
I'm trying
release
to
is
watch it
done
neither,
for.
bro. Like, cause I gotta see if I'm gonna have work that day. Cause Prime Week is next week. But I'll let you know, nigga. If Kai Jones dunk on anybody on our team, my nigga, that shit is gonna be posted on my damn feed.
That's
I'm letting you
crazy.
know that.
That's your
I'm
avatar.
letting you know that right off the rip, bro. Like, because this shit, like, it's downright disrespectful.
That's
That
nasty work.
it is nasty work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know why? Cause I can. And the
That's true.
fact that bro, he's probably all these 2021 niggas that we done picked up this year, and it didn't include the nigga that I said, bro, like for the last 2 years almost. It's kind of crazy to me, bro. Like it's wild. But you know, let's see what these niggas, let's see what these front office niggas and all these other niggas know that I don't know. Let's see, because they get paid for this shit anyway, bro. Like, let's see what everybody else know that I don't know, man. Because when I make my predictions, it's based on what happened. It's based on shit that I'm seeing in real time before going forward. Especially when it come to my team, the Nets. So like, I'm not saying this. I'm not talking out the ass when I say niggas is gonna be third or fourth options on the championship team. I'm not. And then when it happened, bro, like I just gotta come back to this page when it happened. Tell Breezy, bro, what it was that I said before, and then he gotta just walk it back. So I'm not going to go back and forth with none of these Cam Thomas situations no more, man. Because I want him to do well. We all want him to do well, but I just know what the fuck is gonna happen.
I mean, like I said, man, I'm waiting for basketball too. Ain't no reason for us to debate it. I mean, we got Easy E, the NSB guard on the panel. And I'm saying, who knows where this conversation is fitting to go. Easy, talk to us, man. NSB, when the show coming back on?
Oh, yo, tap in tomorrow, or what you call it, today.
That's
Shit,
yeah.
tap in today.
I'm gonna be at work, bro. Like, cause they didn't gave me I don't know what hell happened today, bro. Like they gave me rescue routes all day, but I got to figure out a way to get the rest of this damn bread, man, because they bullshitting with my hours right now. Prime week, I need to hurry up and come up so I can get some more paper, man, so I can just start fucking it up on some parlays.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. How they fucking up with hours and that shit? Like, this is like prime time now. Like, it's game. We up and up now.
It is well the thing is it's not necessarily here yet. Like the holidays and prime week is next week, and then the holidays come all after shit and all of that. You know how it's gonna go, but who knows, bro? Like I'm still on 60-day probation anyway because I just started like a couple of weeks ago. But even
Yeah,
still,
nah, yo, listen, man. I feel you. My job was messing up my paper too, man. I've been on it, calling the union lawyer, doing everything I could for that paper. And again, man, what I will say is, I got comfortable just fighting for my money, man. I'm gonna just continue to fight for my money. I'm not fan to play with them. You know what I'm saying? I want my money. You know what I mean? That shit that was a trigger for me just now when I heard that shit, because I work hard for that money. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking blood, sweat, and
Facts.
tears, working hard for that money. I want my money. So y'all hear me say that I'm putting $5 on a bet? Oh, you better believe I believe that, because I work hard for my money, and that $5 may mean a little to you, but it mean a lot to me. But again, man, I don't want to go off on a tangent about this. But Leaf, shout to Leaf, and I hope, you know what I'm saying, they get things right for you. Shout to me. Hopefully, they do right by me and pay me what they supposed to pay me. But again, I want Easy to finish his commercial because
They
that's
trying
a
to do you like the
great
port
show,
workers, Breezy?
huh?
They trying to do you like the port workers?
Yeah, man, they trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's not fair. I think the men that work for their money should get paid what they deserve to get paid. There shouldn't be no situation where y'all halting that man's money because that man got a family just like y'all got a family. You know what I mean? And he not stopping you from making your money. So it shouldn't be nothing against. And that's if these guys are working and working hard, you should put emphasis on making sure that these guys get paid. They are the bells. They are the lug nuts pulls. They the motherfucking things that make it work. They you know what I mean? They the shit that make it work.
Look, that's
They the
yeah.
backbone.
Niggas said the look nuts. Y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all niggas wild. I'm gonna let y'all niggas know right now, nigga. If the real Dig Leaf Dig gotta call JG Wentworth, nigga, to get all the paper, bro. Like I'm getting it, bro. Trust me.
Facts. Call JG Wentworth. I
Bro,
want
I
my
need that
money
money
now.
now.
Yo, you need to call. You need to
Word.
I
call
need all my
Low the
chicken, bro.
Hammer Stanley, man.
I
Tell
want
him
them
to.
chips,
Facts.
bro. I want all the cheese with it, bro. Give me all of that chicken, bro. Like I need that, bro. I'm trying to get the hell up out of here.
Enchilada. All that pojo. Give me
Trying
all
to
that.
make
I
one of
need
the
all
greatest
that.
escapes, man, to the middle of the country, man. Shit. Word up,
Yeah, yo,
man.
I gotta find out about it. I don't know enough about the workers. What's going on with that actually? You know what's going on with that? Hold on. Let's get the Easy E commercial. What is NSB about? Tell us what that's about, and then we gonna get to what's going on with the poor workers. Talk to us, Easy.
Oh, you already know what the deal is. You already know what the time is, man. Yo, tap in later on my dog Big Ox Media channel. Yes, sir. NSB, the Hood CNN. Pull up, you gotta come see. Yo, show powered by the people for the people. Tapping into all the news that you never know about and you do know about. Shit you want to talk about and shit you don't get to talk about. Tap in. We got some shit
Tap,
coming
tap,
up
tap.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time? What time the show coming on?
Oh yeah. My fault. 10 o'clock Eastern time. 10 o'clock Eastern time. 10 o'clock Eastern time.
All
Pull
right.
up.
All right. I'll be there for that. I'll be in the chat for sure. Yo, Joey BK, what's going on with the poor workers, bro? What's up with that?
So here's the thing. So the port workers, right, all across the I know all across the East Coast. Well, it might be the West Coast too, but I know most of the U.S. ports where the ships come in and they drop off all the Sheen and the Temu and the Amazon orders and all of that from China and all that shit. The guys who handle all that cargo, they wanted a raise. They wanted a 77% raise over the next 4 years, and they also wanted their job not to be automated because they were going to start automating some of the jobs at the port, and they felt threatened by that. They felt that would threaten their jobs and their job security and their livelihood. So they tell them, nah, y'all not about to do that. You know what I mean? These are jobs that good people are going to lose. So they felt like they was underpaid.
It
They
looked
felt,
like hundreds of people, Joey. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. It looked like hundreds of people, bro.
yeah,
They would have. That's crazy, bro.
yeah, they look,
Hey, while y'all playing, bro, Target, Walmart, like, yo, they niggas is running. Some of their workers is going on strike in the dock. The workers that's supposed to bring in the shit is going on strike, bro. Like niggas is
yeah,
running out of toilet paper. That motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like my chick was telling me down in Texas they was on some type of strike, and then a couple of other states that had it. And then I went out to Queens, bro, like to the Walmart out there. They was having it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, this shit's real. Niggas,
yeah. So they wanted, like I said, they wanted a raise, and they wanted like the big wigs, the big bosses, not to automate their jobs. So they went on strike. Today they just broke the strike, and I think they negotiated a 62% raise. Over the next 4 to 6. I mean, over the next 4 to 6 years. But no, excuse me, a 62% raise, but there's a 6 month extension only. It takes it out to January. So they're gonna go back to work, but only for 6 months, and then they're gonna reconvene in January and negotiate. So
Okay.
it the it's temporarily broken, the strike. Yeah, that's how that went down.
That's
That's
crazy
dope,
shit
man.
right there. Yeah.
I
Them
like
port
the I
workers,
like
bro.
the
You gotta pay
unity.
them. Yeah, yeah. You gotta make sure them niggas is lined up. 'Cause some of them gotta go like near like fucking border areas of the country and shit. They go pick some of that shit up. And a lot of them, bro, like they probably won't see their peoples, man, for like 10 days. Like ain't that how
Right.
this shit go?
Nah, they
Or
the
like
niggas
Check it.
that be operating all the cranes and all that shit and taking
oh
those big ass
The
Connex
cargo.
boxes of cargo off the ships and shit, and then moving it and
Right.
then putting it into the trucks, and then the trucks drive it
oh.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A
Yeah,
lot.
no, that's true.
The Italians used to run all of that shit, bro. Like by the
yeah.
dock.
Oh yeah, they owned the port back in the day in New York. They
Yeah, yeah,
ran
they
that.
used to. Yeah, they ran that shit. They used to run all of that shit, man. Like they sold them niggas up with them damn RICO charges, bro. Like that was it. Yeah,
But
organized crimes, niggas, man. Like they had to get them up out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see no man lose their job, not to no computer, not to no robot, for this quote unquote sake of productivity. It's enough of everything happening. You don't need more productivity. Sometime like you want to make
but
men lose their
but
job,
Breezy, that's how
bro.
these big corporations go though. They
But
gonna
look, look,
try to
look. But when
automate, but they all about saving money and making the most money. They don't give a fuck about the small guy.
They
You know what I
damn
mean?
sure don't.
So if
you
they,
talk about hundreds of employees, bro,
they don't
hundreds.
care, bro.
Yeah, they are talking about hundreds of employees, but at the same time, we got to understand, like you already got jobs, like even in New York City, the city jobs already at minimum they paying employees to start 30 something or 30 plus an hour. And then you gonna move your way to that, man. Now they going after people's social security, man, before they get to it.
There's some jobs
Retirement
that pay
So
checks.
27. They start at
so
27, but they move
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
again.
But I
so
mean, but majority of the city work jobs start at like a good 30. You know what I'm saying?
right.
MTA, traffic enforcement, anything under the PDs, bro. Like all of that shit, bro. Like I mean, anything what eligibility specialist, bro. I did temp agency work for that shit back a year before Barclays opened and shit, man. They was paying niggas what 16, 17 an hour for temp work, and they cut us off at the five month part. That way we had to have to go to unemployment and shit, man. Well, like money was good, niggas had to go somewhere else. And
It,
then they moved it, and then they moved a department somewhere else, man. Like they moved it from Flatbush Avenue to Waterley Street or some shit like that in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is like if they taking out the money and HR and all that shit for city jobs, city work, a lot of these other jobs are gonna be at risk, man, because that's probably what the new presidential campaigns and all of that shit is trying to limit. They trying to get a lot of people that's born here back to work and some type of shit.
but
But you know that I'm talking like way down the line
but
though.
not
So
only that though. So when you think about the port, this was real serious, right? I want to bring this point up. This was real serious because if the port is shut down and nothing's coming in, then these businesses can't sell their product. They can't get their product. The people that needs the material to build homes and build other shit, and they can't get shit. You know what I mean? They can't do their job. So the port was dependent on a lot of material shit that people needed in certain business sectors in the country to be able to keep shit afloat. So that shit closing down would have hurt the economy. So
See, again, just for the record, I understand it and I don't like it. The part that I understand is the reason why they fighting for these raises and this and that is because of in contingent on the workload. A lot of these guys are pulling overtime. A lot of these guys, everything ain't using the machine. You really gotta lift shit.
exactly.
facts.
It's
It's a dangerous
and
job. It's a lot of
right.
dangerous
Yeah.
jobs at the port.
Right. And on top of that, the weather conditions you might have to work in. You know what I'm saying? You on a port. So just
Uh-huh.
like Dylan was here earlier, he was saying that oh the winds and the rain, it was real violent, it was hitting the window real crazy. Man, he talking about hitting the window. If you working on the docks, you getting that right off the water.
That's that
Oh
So
hawk.
yeah.
they working in these conditions and they feel like they should be appreciated, and I think that's the disconnect. The disconnect is, well, we'll have computers do it, and they like, no, pay us more. And then the because big companies is like, pay y'all more, we don't want to pay y'all at all, we want
They
to
sure don't.
fucking get the
Yeah,
computers
but
to do it.
Breezy, can I go down the
And that's,
rabbit hole
it's
a
a
little bit
disconnect,
more?
that's what a
It's,
disconnect
I
is,
feel
bro.
like any
Let me
rabbit
go
hole
down the
we go
rabbit hole a
down,
little bit
bro.
more
Like,
though. Let me make this point real quick, Leaf. So this shit even gets nastier, right? Because here's the thing: the reason that we gotta use the port so much, right, is because we import everything from these fucking countries
countries.
like China
Hmm.
and Korea and all of that, because these companies send all of their fucking all of their employment over there because they can pay them niggas pennies on a dollar, vice versa, keeping they fucking businesses in the states providing jobs. So they just gonna cut the citizen out because they're like, man, why am I gonna pay this U.S. worker over here $18 an hour to do a job, and I got a nigga in China that's gonna do it for $2 a day? You feel me? So we wouldn't. My point is, I'm gonna land the plane. We wouldn't even have to deal with this port shit if we would have a lot of these companies in America already making products and selling it to people, and on top of that, providing jobs.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, it's nothing for me to debate. I totally agree with that. A lot of the stuff, when you see your hairbrush is made in China or is made in somewhere else outside of the USA, which again, a lot of times I overlooked that and didn't see the relevance and importance of it. But when you talk about these dock workers, I could easily connect the dots. And again, my thing is, I mean, why not pay the man? You know what I'm saying? Pay the man for the work. You know, I don't see a problem with people with businesses having company. I mean, having employees that work, do the job, and you pay them. I mean, can it all be so simple?
I
Like
mean,
what?
you know what? To answer that question, bro, I think it can be, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody want to be doing labor work for the rest of their life, man. I don't like. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, and one of the reasons why the labor work is man is like a big thing still in America, still after all of these years, is because we're still importing shit. Like what? Like the thing is, I can almost guarantee you, if Ford Motor Companies and all of this shit that they had back in the oil companies that we had back in the 60s and 70s was still around, they'll have computers working that shit. Because guess what? If you go over to China, and Japan, especially Japan and Korea and all that shit, they got machines working that shit.
Yeah,
They
but
got
hold on. I don't want to say as in none of the business is good. I'm not saying that, oh, don't do no business country to country or however from dock to dock. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, yeah, I agree we can do our own stuff and have manufacturing companies here and do that and still be able to do
Breezy,
that as well. Like why not do both? Like
Breezy. The reason these corporations do that, they don't give a fuck about the little guy, bro. They're gonna go where their money goes the longest. They know, listen,
exactly.
if we stay in America, we gonna really have to pay niggas. That's more overhead for us. We gonna go where the labor is cheap. That's why
Basically,
everything is so. That's why so much shit exported to this country, because we don't have the factories and the workers here doing the jobs for most of the shit. We have to get the shit imported in through the port, and these port workers that just went on a fucking strike got to handle all
hmm
that precious cargo coming into the ports to give it to the people.
basically.
yeah, no, absolutely. I could see
Basically,
how
if you
trickle
notice,
down
bro, them
for
countries overseas don't have that
us.
issue because they
Yeah,
but like they shit is like they shit is being made right then and there, and they getting it done for cheap labor and basically making shit to where they don't have to pay nobody top dollar like they trying to get paid here.
and then again, you got to realize None of this makes the news if they don't come together as a workforce and
Right.
push the union to do this because you know what it starts with one person, you know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people don't understand is that you can't wait for it to hit home for you to react. Sometimes it got you, your empathy can guide you to doing the right thing before it quote unquote hits home. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's going to be one guy that say, "Yo, listen, if they doing this to me, you think they won't do this to you? You think this is a personal thing?" Or is it they looking at us as numbers and identification numbers? They looking at us as productivity and identification numbers. They don't really know us personally. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say that there's uh the unity between coworkers is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I do think coworkers should, speak to each other about issues at the workplace or things that they could make better at the workplace. I think unions are necessary for corporations and companies. Like you absolutely need a union. And union is imperative when dealing
I
from
think
employee to
I
employer.
think unions is more to me. I think unions is mostly used for the labor jobs. If you go, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I've been working at Amazon for maybe 2 weeks, and them niggas in the first week, them niggas set up shop right outside for with a desk and a couple of people with picket signs, all that shit. Well, not picket signs, but signs on their desks and brochures and all that shit. Talking about, hey man, come on, nah, nah. I'm like, nigga, I just got this shit, man. Let me at least, I already know what I'm in it for, man. Like, listen, the check, I'm getting 700 for 3 days. I'm cool, bro. Like I ain't, you ain't gonna see me probably in the next another couple months, nigga, if my plan go right. But at the same time, the labor jobs is the highest thing for the union, because the thing is like if everything was done properly in the last 40 to 50 years with our manufacturing companies and that we had back in the 70s and 60s. My grandpops used to work for Panasonic, and his brother used to work for Ford Motor Company and shit, man. Like this is back in the day. They had pictures of this shit and everything when they was in it. They retired probably what, early 80s. Both of them retired probably early 80s and shit. So like I already know how that whole shit go, bro. Like once they shut down them oil companies, in America and all of them shits and all of them manufacturing companies that used to make shit and it was made in America, that on the back of the signs of it, that was it. So now we basically we basically got our hand out, and basically China, Japan, and all of them niggas is our landlords because we getting most of our shit from them. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but to stay on your point, the the union shit is mostly at most in America is for the hard labor jobs. The shit where you gotta lift shit, man. My pops worked for he worked for vitamin water and shit. He got to pack his own truck and lift that shit. I'm like, yo, he could retire at any time he want, but he still do it for some reason. Money good, so he
Money
said,
good,
"F it."
nigga, and a lot of
Yeah,
people don't get the opportunity right there,
but at
bro.
the same time, he's starting to have problems with his knee. He getting older and shit. Now he have problems with his left arm. That shit wear you down after a while, man. But a human being ain't meant to do no labor job for that many years.
you know what it is too. A labor job. I'm about to close out soon, but this is a good conversation. A labor job after all of those years. Not only that, it's just also the opportunity of the work. And just so y'all know, right? um this is an American thing, and I heard there's some places, I forget exactly where they got siestas. These are small towns though. A siesta is when the whole town shut down for 2 hours and just rest. There's no work, there's no business, there's just rest. And that same town, they only work 6 hours opposed to eight. And I'm saying that to say you do that for small towns because the people love the people there, and it's not about productivity. It's really a home feel, and
Right.
that's not the city. The city is like a fucking gerbil on a wheel. Like they just
Right.
want you to keep going and going and going, and and to your point, Leaf. Trust me, all men do it. Find ourselves working overtime. We be fucking exhausted. Pulling in 56 hours, 64 hours. You dead ass tired. Know you tired. Know that you shouldn't even probably even be working, but you out there working to make ends meet. And I get that shit, bro. And I just wish that as men we didn't have it so tough sometimes. But at the end of the day, bro, this is the machine. You know what I mean? I'm just acknowledging what the machine is. You know what I mean? Do with it what you will, but you know what I'm saying. Definitely got to take care of yourself and take care of your body because they'll do that knowing they could just replace you easily. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
Absolutely. And it's got and when I showed up, when I first showed up to my pop's job, it was dudes on their way out, man, like walking to work, man, with canes and shit. Like literally, like and still trying to lift shit and like yo, back like a lot of the shit, man, like that's lifted by hand and like you said, man, like as a man, bro, like yo, at some point you gonna get up off your ass. Like everybody gonna do something with their hands or some shit, whether it's mechanic or fixing cars or going to the docks or even going into where I'm at and lifting energy drinks and all of that shit, cases of water and all of that shit for hours and hours on the day and for 60 or over 50, 60 hours a week and working overtime and all that shit and getting paid just to keep lights on and keep bills paid and all this other shit. You do what you got to do, but this is the machine, and it's the machine that's really realistically over here. I guarantee you go to any of them countries, man. That's manufacturing most of our shit. 9 times out of 10, they do got hard thrift labor shops, man. But I guarantee you they ain't lifting half the shit that we lifting. I guarantee you that, man. They got machines for that shit, and they manufacturing this shit in their own country. How many do Japan get anything from China? Do China get anything from Japan? Do Korea get anything from any one of them? Hell no. They baking all that shit themselves.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, but again, I think if a company doesn't have a union, be wary because they could pretty much get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? And even if the company have a union, you still find yourself fighting for your money some type of way. Like again, I really hope that you know what I'm saying. People just could just get what they deserve. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to find elbow room to do outside of a lot of stuff sometimes if it's not just taking care of what you got to take care of. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to be able to save up and do something, go on vacation or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Real rap.
because
My peoples is my shit. My parents hit me up. They going to Africa this month. Shit, I was supposed to go to Africa before that. I was the first person in my family to leave the country and go on a trip. I went to a wedding overseas, where I told y'all about that in one of them one of the episodes and once you call it.
yeah.
That's when I had that layover. But
I
yeah,
remember, yo, ain't on that though. I met somebody. I was doing Lyft. I met somebody from Africa, bro. He said, "Yo, listen, I only came here for the money." He said, "I don't want to live here." He said, "Because I lived in Africa." He said, "Everything America got, Africa got that in abundance." He said, "They lie to you about what you see on television." He said, "Africa is so beautiful." Like, bro, if
yeah,
you
that's
came to
yeah. They
Africa,
said
you
yeah. That's how they
he
sell
said if
Africa to the
you
public and they sell it on the TVs to how people's
he
living, but
said
they really ain't living out there.
he said if you come to Africa, you wouldn't want to leave. Like you would not want to leave. You
Hey,
know what I'm
listen,
saying?
my folks is gone for 11 days, bro. I was like, I'm like, yeah, these niggas. I asked my mom, I'm like, where you get? I'm like, what's you spending money out there? She was like, no, I'm spending your father's money. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Go ahead, spend the nigga money. Yeah, as long as you ain't spending my shit, I'm like, I'm cool, man, because I just
That
started
is
making
your
the money.
shit, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
That
That's
ain't
your
my
shit right
shit,
there.
nigga. he ain't getting that shit to me. Yeah,
Yeah,
shit, that
I
nigga ain't
need
getting
that.
that
I'm
shit to
taking.
me.
I need part of them for
Yo,
taking that shit from
I
us
nah,
again.
I ain't even taking parts of it, bro. I'm like, I already listen. As far as money go, man, I done cut ties with most, if not all, people in my family, bro. I'm like, nope,
yeah,
we done cut that chain off, man. I'm like, if they need something, of course I give them something, but like, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way I'm gonna be put out. I'm gonna be putting in a dollar like in mom's name, man. Especially not my pops, because that nigga gonna want his money back, man. Like 2 days later, with his 5 cent.
that's
So
funny. Yo, hold on. We finna close out. We heard from everybody but LM. I wanted to say, you know what I mean? Shout to everybody. Thank y'all for joining the panel. Shout to LM. We finna close out soon, but I definitely wanted to hear from LM. LM, man, first off, how you doing, man? What's going on with you?
Nothing much, just chilling. I was listening to the conversation, but mostly just getting ready for the all season, but guess getting ready for the regular season. Of what's probably going to be a disaster, but I mean it is what it is. But just getting ready to
Yeah,
see the individual progress of Cam and the rest of these guys. They look good in the uh from what I'm seeing the practices, everybody looks engaged. So I don't know. Might be a different energy coming to the team, hopefully.
yeah. We'll see because the fans are saying one thing, but the players are saying another thing. So it's hard to say what's going to be what. I know the first preseason game is October 8th. I'm looking forward to
Yeah, I
that.
think Tuesday.
Word. So
I mean, I'm
yeah, what's
looking to
that?
see
Y'all
it's
hear
against
that?
the
Y'all hear that
Clippers.
in the background? Am I bugging?
Somebody got crazy echo.
I don't know. But
What about now? Y'all can hear it
I
now?
think it's the Clippers.
Oh yeah, it's the Clippers.
Clip
Yeah,
set.
but I
I
don't
think it's the
know. I don't
Clippers
know.
game.
Yeah, I
Malik
don't
just
know.
left, so I don't know.
Is that my shit?
Nah. Hold
I
on.
don't think it might probably it might be me. But um yeah, I think it's the
Uh,
Clippers game.
all right, I'm finna close out anyway, man. We've been at it 2 hours, 40 minutes. Appreciate y'all, man. We gonna be back with more content, but before I be back, I'm gonna watch NSB 10 o'clock. I'm being chat. Shout out to all y'all Nets fans, is the best fans. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all and have a good night. Peace.